Marcus Speaks. Sorry. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Marcus Speaks Live. I'm your host, Marcus. Welcome. I have a good show lined up for you guys tonight. So, before we do that, let me get into this real fast. Just 1 second. Here we go. So, as the prompt says on the screen, welcome, and please like this video, share this video, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon to all so you can get all my notifications immediately. Alright? So, as well, if you don't know, on Fridays I do a show called Marcus Speaks Live. No, so Marcus Speaks Play. So, Marcus Speaks Play consists of me, doing like a game stream. Playing Halo right now, so if you guys like Halo, I also have a playlist not only for this channel, but I also have a second channel as well, if you're interested. So, my first channel, Marcus Speaks, what you're watching this wonderful beat for the show. I also have my second channel, Marcus Speaks Play. Alright? So, if you could, hit that link. When you go into the link, it'll take you straight to my channel. When you go to my channel, subscribe, and then scroll down past the video, the promotion video, and then hit that subscribe button for my second channel. Also, on that second channel, hit that bell icon so also you get all of those notifications as well. All right. I'm streaming to my podcast right now to Twitch as well. I'm trying out something new. So any of the Twitch, I don't know, Twitchians, I don't know. If you guys like this, I don't know if you can hit a like or anything, but your viewership helps, and I thank you for being here today. I'm doing this, I'm streaming to YouTube and Twitch by using Restream.com. I like using Restream.com. Some people like using StreamYard, Streamlabs. What's another one? Forgot the other one. Zoom. Some people like using those. Me myself personally, I like Restream. No, I'm not getting paid for this. I just like the overall thing, and I've been seeing lately people using Restream over other other competitors. So you know, I guess it's just a cool website to use. If you have any sort of game recommendation for Marcus Speaks Play, or if you have any sort of story recommendation, something that I can present here on the show, or if you have a show recommendation, something that I can do while I'm on the show, don't be shy. Hit me up either in the live chat, which I have up right now, that's right here sitting underneath of me, as well. Um, Hit me up in the comment section if you're watching the replay as well. Hit me up in my DMs. Okay, you can. And you can also follow me on social media. And the way you can do that is on Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast, as well on Facebook at Marcus Speaks, which is my personal page, as well as my group page. And the way you can find that is www.facebook.com/Marcus Speaks podcast. As well, go to the search bar on Facebook, type in Marcus Speaks Marcus Speaks podcast. Sorry. And I'm also on Twitter at Marcus Speaks 25. Twitter handle is Marcus Speaks podcast. So check those links out, people. If you can, hit them all. Subscribe to them. Do what you got to do, and I'll appreciate it as well. Like this video, share this video, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to all so you can get all my notifications when they go through. All right, and leave a comment. All right, so let's get into this, y'all. And I did that precisely on the time frame that plays for. That plays for precisely 4 minutes, I think 50 some odd seconds, and I hit every second to the beat. That is good. So, people, I don't really have a long show for you today. So, my work week was cool. I had a fun time. A lady that I work with, she came back to work from her vacation. I was happy about that. Oh, before I start getting into that story, I appreciate everybody by being here. And I'll give you guys a round of applause. So yeah, my work week was fine. Um, like I said, the lady came back. This lady came back that I work with. She was having fun. I worked with her all week. I was telling all my funny stories and stuff like that, and she appreciated. So I had a good time. As well, I had so if you guys watched last week's podcast, I still haven't found the guy who did it, but I'm still looking for this guy. But I talked to my cousin, who the cops had spoke to, because the person who did the crime used my cousin's address. So I talked to my cousin. I said, "Hey, I called you yesterday. The reason why I called is because I was wondering, what was said at the on your porch that night when the cops came, and he said, "Well, they didn't really say much. They were just asking me, uh, did I order anything to eat? I told them no. Then they said that the person used your name. They want to know who you were, and I had told him that you don't really want to mess with him because he's really not. He said, especially with situations like that, of what you're about to present to him. I don't think it's in your best interest to go over there and ask him a crazy question like that." I said, "Well, I'm not that much of a hothead as I used to be." I was like, "But they could have came over, but like I told y'all last week, I spoke to him. No harm, no foul. Until I find the person and whoop their you know." So, um, I'm still on the hunt, and I'm pretty sure the person knows that I'm hunting them down. But it's alright, cause I'll find them. I like how this music goes with the story I'm telling. So it was a dark and gloomy November. So now I'm playing. I'm stalling for time for right now, so I'm just going to get into another topic before I get into uh not the first story, but sort of I'll say like a monologue or something like that. Something like that. So, did you guys did you guys see the excuse me. Did you guys see that people are leaving Twitter and going to this new social media app, website, whatever, called Getter? I think it's GTTR or GETTR, something like that. They said it's supposed to be a safe space for not being censored. So I haven't signed up yet because I haven't really seen any interest in it yet. Um, I'm gonna, research it a little bit more before I think about getting onto it because really, I don't really get on social media like that. So it's not really a point for me to try to get on to a social media site right now. Um, it's not really in my interest to really do it, to be honest. But um, color correcting right now. I don't know why. It makes me more red, purple. All right, that's it. All right, I'll leave it alone. But anyway, there's it's a new social media website as well. There's other places too that are kind of the same as Getter. There's another one. There's another new social media website called Locals. I think it's sort of like Patreon, and there's something that's just like YouTube, but it's a video. It's a website that plays videos like YouTube, but it's called Rumble. Rumble's like the new deal, I guess, right now. I think Getter is what YouTube used to be like 10 to 11 years ago, which that was like the heyday of YouTube. So if you guys, I think you can also be monetized over there as well. So I'm thinking about going over to Rumble too. I'm gonna check Rumble out. Um, I think I was watching a Tim Pool podcast, and the CEO of Rumble was there, and they were they was drilling them about pause. They was drilling them about his terms and conditions and how it could affect his the viewership on there. Um, from what he said, he doesn't have Rumble doesn't have any sort of agenda to where it promotes cancel culture or what's the other thing that he said? It doesn't promote cancel culture as well. It's not like a woke site. Like it's not for like the woke people to be there. So I guess it's Wild Wild West over there. So if you guys want to check that out, let me know. Let me know how it is. Um, but yeah. So let me get into this topic, this first topic. But before I do that, I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'll be right back. All right. So everybody, if you're hearing the sound of my voice right now, I have good news for all the people who decided not to take the jab. The Supreme Court has ruled against Biden's mandates. If you're like me, I'm happy right now because I thought I was about to be out of a job. Not like I can find work. Like it's no biggie for me to find work. Like my resume is awesome. But I would say that um this is a win for the people. It's a win for the people for the simple fact that we don't have to adhere to such unconstitutional stuff that's going on in this country, especially with the president that's in office right now. Now I know I talk mess on Trump, and I know people watch and they might feel like I take up for the right, and people may think that because the only reason why I'm saying is because I get the vibes once I finish talking and I skim through my you know I'll watch my things that I watch these videos. Not like I sit and I'll be like, damn, I said some great points. Nah, I skim through my videos on certain points that I've made, and sometimes I'll be like, damn, it sounds like I'm taking up for these people. Like last week, spoke about Fresh and Fit, and and when I looked at that beginning part of my video, it kind of sounded like I was taken up for him. That's not the case whatsoever. When you see, it's okay. I'll get back to what I was saying, but let me hit this real quick. With Fresh and Fit, they're sort of like children. Thing is, I'm bringing them up tonight because, in my eyes, with what I'm talking about tonight, they really messed up. Like they really messed up. But they're like children, so it's like I'm older than the both of them. Myron's what, 30 years old. I'm 33. I'll be 34 this year, God willing. And Walter, fit, no, fresh. Sorry, Myron's fit, fresh as Walter. So, fresh, he's like 22, 23. So they're kids because they act like it. Like I know me myself personally, I act young, but that's only so I can feel that way. Not the antics that they get into. Like the antics that they get into is far. Excuse me. Far, it's like it's stupid. Like what they do, and a lot of people are are tired of it because they they just they've been getting hit for months now, and I know they're getting tired of people talking about them. So y'all should stop doing dumb shit. But I gotta talk about y'all tonight. But that's not my point. Let's get back to what I was saying. So I know some, like I was saying, I know some of my points that I make may sound like I lean on that side, but I don't. But y'all gotta look at it. Sometimes the right be making some good ass points. Not saying that the left doesn't, but the right be making some good ass points sometimes. Like I'll be sitting there like, damn, come on, Kamala. I know you got something to say about that, but they never say shit. So it's like, all right, well, fuck it. But I don't have faith on either side, so I don't really care. But um, let's let's give it up to the Supreme Court for taking the mandates and saying not in my country. But I have something for that. So if you guys ever watch my videos, when I make points, I also have a video to go along with it, with my point. But I cannot play that video unless it can be transformative the way that I'd use the video. And the way I can do that is this way. Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. So, with that, I can't only just play that and then, that's it and everything's fair. No, I have to make it transformative. I have to make it to where when I play it, I can also, make certain points again as well. But, it's only for, so I don't get any strikes or anything. But this is what KPRC News Channel 2 had to say. Okay, hold on. Yep, I got him muted. So let's do that again. This is what KPRC had to say. Take it away, Bob.
A significant ruling today by the U.S. Supreme Court concerning vaccine and testing mandates by the Biden administration. The mandate forced employees to either get vaccinated or submit to weekly testing in order to collect a paycheck. It impacted more than 80 million Americans who work at businesses that employ more than 100 people.
Today, the U.S. Supreme Court blocked the pressure placed on those companies, except for businesses in one specific industry. KPRC2 investigator Mario Diaz is live for us in the newsroom with more. And Mario, what does this mean for those in the healthcare industry specifically?
Lauren, if they work for a company with 100 or more employees, and if their facility takes Medicare or Medicaid payments, then the mandate still stands for them. This mandate has been viewed as the largest step taken by the federal government to protect American workers since the pandemic emerged 2 years ago.
Now, although, and I'm not saying any names or anything that has to do with that, whatever's on the screen, whatever, I'm not saying it. It's there, so you guys know what it says. So, I know that Biden feels as though that that these mandates or the mandates that he was trying to get OSHA and the federal government to take, he felt as though that it was the right thing to do. But what was really happening, if you guys are in tune with what's going on in the world, especially in this country, you know that what he wanted was unconstitutional. Like, there's no way, shape, or form that he could tell us as Americans that we have to do this. There's no way. Nor could he mandate it to where it's forced upon the American people. Now, I made a point, I think it was, if not last summer, it was the summer after. I said, or the summer after, I meant the summer before, sorry. When did George Floyd? In 2020? So 2020, I made a video called the country that racism produced. So what I said in there was this. I made a certain point when it came to Donald Trump. I said, this president that we have right now is allowing this shit to happen and he does not care. Okay, cut to fast forward a year and a half later. I'll say this again. This president that we have in office right now does not care about the American people. So, and you can, and I know people make jokes, and I make jokes too about Biden, but for whoever voted for him, if you're watching, are you okay with your vote, or do you have buyer's remorse at this point. Because he basically, or I would say they basically used y'all. Like, no bull. They basically used y'all. And I'm talking to all the black folks. They used y'all. They sold y'all this dream, told y'all what they was gonna give you. It hasn't came into fruition yet, and you guys are still waiting. I hope not. I hope not that you guys are still waiting on whatever that you expect him to do, because although he has he's coming up on his second year, so he has 2 more years left. We have 2 more years left of this. That's if he makes it that far. But we have to remember who we have in office. We're talking about Joe Biden, one of the people who signed off on the 94 crime bill. Was it 92 or 94 crime bill? That was presented back in the 80s, but it didn't get the light of day until 94. Fast forward a few more years, we get Kamala Harris in office in California, and she steady locking men up, or I won't say just men, locking black men up with impunity. She made a man serve more time than what he was supposed to. Why, we ask? Who knows? But it was unconstitutional what she was doing, and it was against California state law as well. You know, the federal government had to call her and be like, yo, you're keeping too many prisoners in jail. You have to sign off on some of these cases and let some of these people out. And she said no. She kept those people in there even longer. So we have to look at who we have in office at this point. We got a bunch of cowboys in office right now. We got Dirty Dan and we have Priscilla. I'm just making up some old West names that I feel like that, you know, will be out west. But, you know, what do you expect? Let's keep going.
Viewed by one side to protect, considered an overreach by the other. This said, what is the impact of today's ruling on companies and everyday employees? Because
this is what's happening with that. The impact will be employers or private businesses can still make the decision if they want their if they want their employees to be vacation or not. It's up to them, and it's up to the state government or your state's government if they want that to still go through or not. It's up to your state's government and your employer. Now, it's in their hands. But I tell you who's not doing none of this is your boy Ron DeSantis. And Ron DeSantis had some greasy-ish to say to Joe Biden. And I couldn't find the video. That was going to be my second thing that I was going to show y'all, but I could not find that video. Excuse me. But he was saying some greasy-ish. So if y'all could, tonight, your homework assignment is to find that video of Ron DeSantis, the Republican Florida governor, I presume, if not senator. He went off on him. So tonight's homework assignment is to find that video, watch it, and then That's it. You don't have to report in. It's just that's your homework assignment tonight. But let's keep going.
The Supreme Court ruled today is that the federal government can no longer tell companies what to do. We spoke with attorney Brian Weiss, KPRC2's legal analyst. He said that an employer still can have the final say as well as the state. Keep in mind that today's ruling by the court comes only days after the federal measures started to take effect for businesses. Live in the newsroom, Mario Diaz, KPRC2 Investigator.
All right. So that's our next video. But everybody, give yourselves a round of applause. We made it. We made it. But we didn't make it out just yet. There's like 2 variants that's out there now that came out of nowhere. So if you guys paid attention to Biden's speech before Christmas, he called this a dark winter. That was what his speech was about. He basically said a lot of death and destruction and all of this foolishness. And you know, in certain places, certain states, that they're locking down. Like Canada right now, they're in lockdown. I think it's like their 3rd time being locked down. And if you haven't been paying attention to the news, Australia, they have whatever's going on over there, as well as Germany. You got to show paperwork, as well as in Pennsylvania, I believe, or if not in Philly, and in New York, the state of New York, if not New York City, you have to show paperwork, man, to get into places. So, like I said, it's up to your state's government. Not only that, certain states are mandating that kids don't go to school, so it's virtual learning again. Which this is my whole thing when it comes to virtual learning. The state has, not even the state, a school gets so much money. They get so much stipends. You don't think that they could buy like video cameras and put them in classrooms to where a teacher can still teach, or if not, you know, I'm pretty sure, well, they don't pay teachers enough, but I'm pretty sure they can, you know, go to work, grab some things, or the school can have them come in, grab some, you know, some dry erase boards and stuff like that, and teach from home and still get paid. Like, these kids nowadays, they don't even go outside to play. So what makes you think that most of them want to go to school? Most of them enjoy being at home, but you know, they're still in school, but they enjoy doing it at home more. But I understand the whole social thing that, you know, a child's development has to have and things like that. But kids don't even go outside and play. That's probably one of the most that's probably one of the most important things in a child's life is socializing outside from designated places that they're, not to use this word, but mandated to go to, such as school. Like, outside is where child socialization actually blossoms more. So, you know. Anyway, Let's get into today's topics. All right, I got some hot news topics fresh off the press. Not really, it's been on the stove for a little while, but I got you. Let me do this first. Let me share this screen real fast with you guys. Because first up, we have Miss Betty White. If you don't know, Miss Betty White has passed away. She passed away in December on New Year's Eve. She was 3 weeks away from her 100th birthday. She was born in January 7th. She was born January 17th, 1922. My great grandmother was born I think in 1919, if not 1921. But if my great grandmother, which we call grandmom, was alive today, she would be either approaching 100, if not 100, right now. So, shout out to Betty White for living as long as she did. Let me go over some accolades real fast. Okay, Betty White. She was an American comedian and actress, most known for her television roles on the Mary Tyler Moore Show and The Golden Girls. Now, if you're black and you didn't have, well, I'm just speaking for black folks. White folks, y'all probably watch this. Hispanic folks, y'all probably watch this show. But in a black household, if you went over your grandmother's house or an old aunt's house, and me especially, I used to always go over my best friend's house. My best friend's grandmother's house, and her daughter lived there as well. My friend's aunt, and somehow she would find a Golden Girls marathon every day. Somehow she would find one because back to back episodes of Golden Girls. The thing was, I hadn't seen Golden Girls so much since the 90s. And well, the early 90s, I should say, because in the late 90s, that's when uh, that's when we was going over my friend's grandmother's house because my friend was living with his grandmother at the time. And we didn't have any choice but to sit there and watch it. So I only know a few bars from this song, but if y'all know it, sing along. Hold on, let me turn this music off real fast. If y'all know it, sing along. Thank you for being a friend. Traveled the world and back again. Your heart is true. You're a friend and a confidant. If you was throwing a party and something how sing that. But yeah, shout out to Betty White, man. What else? Betty was born in Oak Park, Illinois, but grew up in Los Angeles. In the 40s, she acted on various radio shows, and in 1949, she began regularly appearing on television, working as a Girl Friday on Hollywood on television. I don't know what that means, but I guess it was a role of some sort. She later became host of the show, and in the 1952 she uh, co-found Bandy Productions to develop her own projects. Which I would say back in those days, versus Hollywood, which I don't know why I'm saying back in those days. Um, Betty White had got some flack from Hollywood because she wanted one of her talented African American tap dance friends to perform on her show. Well, she got backlash for that. But she fought tooth and nail to get this man on television because she felt as though he was talented enough to be on TV for the world to see. So she got her way and got her friend on television. So shout out to Miss Betty White. That's the way to stick it to the man. And she is an advocate of people of other races. She's an advocate, and she also she wasn't really a confrontational lady. She didn't want any problems. She just wanted everyone to get along, and I understand that. So shout out to Betty White. Okay, later that year, the television sitcom Life with Elizabeth premiered. White played the title role, a married woman whose various predicaments tested the patience of her husband, in addition to co creating and producing the show, which ran until 1955. 2 years later, she starred in the series Date with the Angels, a comedic look at domestic life. White sequentially uh, became a frequent guest on television game shows, such as I think if you watch like old TV Land things on YouTube, but back when TV Land was like the hot new television program show that showed old like 80s and 70s and 60s television. If you go on YouTube, type in I guess 1970s the Pyramid Show. She was a frequent guest on the Pyramid Show as well, I think, as well as Hollywood Squares, I believe. So check that out. Um where was I at? Game show, including To Tell the Truth, What's My Line, and Password. Uh, the latter was hosted by Alan London. White and London married in 1963 and were together until his death in 1981. So they was together for a good almost 20 years. That's good. In addition to her acting, White was noted as an animal rights activist. If you type in on YouTube when you get the chance, type in Tanked Betty White or Betty White on television show Tanked. The guys from ATM, they built a fish tank for Betty White because they found out from one of Betty's I won't say coworkers or I'll say one of her friends, found out by one of her friends that she was an animals rights activist. So they made a tank for a foundation that she hosted, and it was a nice tank. It was a very nice tank. And they basically, presented it to her. I think they donated it to her, actually. They presented it to her, and she fell in love with it. So y'all check that out tonight as well. That's part of y'all's homework assignment tonight as well. Um she penned the memoirs Here We Go Again, My Life in Television in 1995. And if you ask me, and of course you won't, in 2011, her audiobook recording at the latter won a Grammy Award for Best Spoken Word Album. White was inducted into the Television Academy Hall of Fame in 1955. So shout out to Miss Betty White for living such a long life, being an animals rights activist. Uh, I won't say a civil rights activist, but a civil rights cohort to allowing people of other races to perform on television. Shout out to Miss Betty White. Okay, now this is also who we lost, and we just lost him just this Sunday. Bob Saget. Now, if you're a '90s kid, and what I mean by '90s kid, you were born in the later '80s or late '80s, and you grew up in the '90s. You remember two shows that he was on during that time: Full House and America's Funniest Home Videos, where he would do the narration voiceover work for each video, and that shit used to be hilarious. So, Robert Lane Saget, born May 17th, 1956 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I didn't know that. And later died in his sleep earlier this week, Sunday, January 9th, 2020 or 2022, sorry. He was 65 years old. Bob Saget was an American stand-up comedian, actor, and television host. His acting roles included Danny Tanner on the ABC sitcom Full House from 1987 to 1995, and its Netflix sequel Fuller House through 2016 to 2020. And the voice of narrator Ted Mosby on the CBS sitcom How I Met Your Mother from 2005 to 2014. From 1989 to 1997, he was the original host of America's Funniest Home Videos. Yes, he was. Well, no, America's Funniest Home Videos was developed like way before that, but I guess when they brought it back, he became the original host of when they brought it back. But yeah, if y'all guys can, and I'm pretty sure it's up now, go on YouTube, type in '90s America's Funniest Home Videos, and listen to Bob Saget's commentary in each video. As a kid, I thought it was hilarious or whatever. But not knowing once I got older, when I watched one of his stand-ups, that he was such a blue comic. So, he did his thing. So shout outs to him, and shout out to Miss Betty White. So, another person we lost this year so far, just in this month alone, was the Mac himself, Max Julian. What can I say about Mr. Max Julian? I just know that I loved him in the Mac, and I also loved him in How to Be a Player, which you can say sort of in a way is how to be is the Mac Part Two, or you can put it as the Mac Part Two, How to Be a Player. That can be like the subtitle of it or whatever. Um, but yeah, he did his thing. Well, let me do what I've been doing. So Maxwell Julian Banks, which is his real name, was born July 12th, 1933, which I think was 2 years before my grandfather, and later died by cardiopulmonary arrest, which is basically a heart attack, on January 1st, 2022. He was 88 years old. So he lived a long life as well, and only 11 years younger than Miss Betty White herself. Better known by his stage name, Max Julian, was an American actor, sculptor, and clothes designer. I didn't even know that. No wonder why each time you saw him, he was always so damn dapper. So shouts out to Max Julian. Looking good for them hoes. All right. Best known for his role as Goldie in the 1973 blaxploitation film The Mac. Julian also appeared in Def Jam's How to Be a Player, and he guest starred on TV shows such as The Mod Squad, The Bold Ones, The Protectors, and UPN's One on One. He began his career on the stage on New York City's off Broadway circuit, including roles in Joseph Papp's Shakespeare in the Park. Moving westward to Hollywood, he landed co-starring roles with Jack Nicholson in Psycho and Candice Bergen in Columbia's box office hit film Getting Straight. While spending time in Rome, Italy, he wrote and directed a documentary called Trust Trustevere. Then wrote the screenplay for a sus, mm, sub subsequent. I'm about to mess this word up. Let me go ahead and write it in first, or I start messing words up. Where am I at? Subsequently, sorry. I said the word earlier. I don't know why. I don't know why I couldn't get it this time. Anyway, let's keep going. So, and subsequently co-produced Warner Brothers black exploitation classic Cleopatra Jones, which starred actress Tamara Dobson. Wait a minute. I thought Cleopatra Jones was Pam Grier. No, that's Foxy Cleopatra. Okay. Well, for some reason, I always thought that she starred in Cleopatra Jones, but I guess I was wrong. Uh, Tamara Dobson, in the title role as the narcotics agent who was a skilled narcotics agent who was as skilled in martial arts as she was with firearms. If you guys never seen any black exploitation film, shame on you. Probably one of the best black exploitation films. I would say the best one is Rudy. Is it Rudy Ray Moore? Is it Rudy Ray Moore? Is that his name? Anyway, yeah, I think it's Rudy Ray Moore. That's his name. Anyway, if you guys saw the movie that Eddie Murphy was in on Netflix, that guy, he made some of the best black exploitation films. Black Caesar's probably no, I don't think he was in Black Caesar. Hold on. I would say uh Petey Wheatstraw, the Devil's Son-in-law is it's okay. But all of his Dolomite stuff, Dolomite. But that's yeah, Rudy Ray Moore's real name is Dolomite. Hold on. Dolomite's real name is Rudy Ray Moore. Sorry. But all the Dolomite movies are probably the best black exploitation films. Then you have Blackula, which, it's good acting in it, but it's not really scary. But I'm pretty sure back in the 70s it was scary as hell. What else? Foxy Brown. Oh my gosh! If you want to see, listen up. Let me get close to the mic. If you guys want to see Pam Grier's titties, I suggest y'all watch Foxy Brown. If y'all want to see how good looking Pam Grier was, if you want to see Pam Grier butt ass naked, I suggest y'all look up Foxy Brown tonight and watch that. And I ain't being no pervert when I say that. Because Pam Grier was damn sexy. She's sexy now, too. You know who else is sexy still? You know who else is still sexy to this day? And I love her music. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan. She's like, nah. All right, let me keep going. Um, where am I at? Julian refused to participate in the sequel, Cleopatra Jones in the Casino of Gold, which led to his being credited instead with the film story and script, both being based on characters created by Max Julian. So shout out to Max Julian for him living such a long life, a long productive life at that. He was a sculptor, so I would love to see one of his sculptures. So all right, moving on. Another person who we have lost this year. It just was last week. Sir Sidney Poitier. So, Sidney was born February 20th, which is the same day as my mother, in 1927, and later dies last week, January 6th. He was 94 years old. He was a Bahamian American actor, which I didn't even know that. I just thought he was Haitian. Um, Film director and diplomat. In 1964, he was the first African American and first Bahamian to win the Academy Award for Best Actor. He received two competitive Golden Globe Awards, a competitive British Academy of Film and Television Arts, and a Grammy Award for Best Spoken Word Album. Portier's family lived in the Bahamas, then still a crown colony. What? Then still a crown colony, but he was born unexpectedly in Miami, Florida. While they were visiting, which automatically granted him U.S. citizenship, he grew up in the Bahamas, but moved to Miami at age 15 and to New York City when he was 16. He joined the American Negro Theater, landing his breakthrough role as a high school student in the film Blackboard Jungle in 1955. In 1958, Portier starred with Tony Curtis as chained together escaped convicts in The Defiant Ones, which received 9 Academy Award nominations, which I believe they redid that movie. I think they did. Both actors received nominations for Best Actor, and Portier's being the first for a black actor. They both also had Best Actor nominations for the BAFTAs, which is the British Art and Film. Y'all know. With Portier's winning in 1964, he won the Academy Award and Golden Globe for Best Actor for Lilies of the Field. Playing a handyman helping a group of German speaking nuns build a chapel, Portier also received acclaim for Porgy and Bess. A Raisin in the Sun. Y'all gotta watch A Raisin in the Sun. That's a good movie. And A Patch of Blue. He continued to break ground in three successful 1967 films, which dealt with the issue of race and race relations. To Sir Sidney Poitier with Love. Oh no, I'm sorry. Uh, so the films were called To Sir with Love and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, which is basically if y'all saw the movie with Ashton Kutcher and Bernie Mac, that's basically the reverse of it or whatever. So Sidney Poitier's movie, he plays the surprise guest to dinner. So in Adam Sandler's movie, which Zoe Saldana was his girlfriend. Ashton Kutcher played Sydney's role. So if you guys ever watched that movie, then you can see the similarities of the movie. All right, let me get a drink real fast. All right. In the heat of the night. Now, this is now not the movie, but the show. If you didn't have a black family member that watched that goddamn show, which it was long and boring, but you always remembered the beginning when that theme song started. In the heat of night. If you guys never saw that show, I am not suggesting you guys try to watch it because you will be bored out of your minds. But I guess for some people it was a good show. Um but yes, he was in the movie In the Heat of the Night. The latter of which won the Academy Award for Best Picture for the year. He received a Golden Globe and a BAFTA nominations for his performance in the last film. And in a poll the next year, he was voted the U.S. Top box office star. Beginning in the 1970s, Portier also directed various comedy films, which one of them were some of Bill Cosby's films. If you guys don't know, if you guys do know, you remember him and Bill Cosby were in a movie together. Were in several movies together. Really, I forgot how many movies they were in with each other. I want to say no more than maybe three movies. Bill Cosby and Sidney Poitier was in. Um, so Poitier directed various comedy films, including Stir Crazy, starring Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder, which is a funny movie, among other films. After nearly a decade away from acting, he returned to television and film, starring in Shoot to Kill in 1988 and Sneakers in 1992. Portier was granted a knighthood by Queen Elizabeth II in 1974. In 1982, he received the Golden Globe Cecil B. DeMille Award. In 1995, he received the Kennedy Center honor. From 1997 to 2007, he was the Bohemian ambassador to Japan. In 1999, he ranked 22nd among male actors on the 100 Years 100 Stars list by the American Film Institute and received the Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award. In 2002, he was given an honorary Academy Award in recognition of his remarkable accomplishments as an artist and as a human being. In 2009, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States, by President Barack Obama. In 2016, he was awarded the BAFTA Fellowship for Outstanding Lifetime Achievement in Film. So, shouts out to Sir Sidney Poitier. We all love you. Y'all ready for a funny ass story? So, attention. Attention. Let me get y'all's attention. Hold on. What here can I get y'all's attention with? That's not really working on it. But what's another one on here I can get y'all with?
Now fuck that bitch.
All right. I hope I got y'all's attention. Because the IRS wants all drug dealers and people who do crime that make money from it to file y'all's damn taxes this year. And they want to know where every single penny went to as well. So don't y'all try to skim off the top and thinking that y'all ain't going to give them the right information. Because they going to come find y'all for evading taxes. All right? Only giving you the heads up. All right. All right. Let's get into this real fast. All right. The IRS doesn't want you to forget to include income from illegal activities such as dealing illegal drugs or stolen property. You must report its fair market value unless it's returned to the owner. Talking about the stolen property, as well as the street value of such drugs you've sold on your tax forms this year. Other income includes bribes as well. So if you got bribed this year, so if you're a cop and you got bribed, you better put that on your taxes, because if not, they're gonna take your pension and fire your ass. Okay. On Schedule 1, Form 1040, Line 8 8Z, or on Schedule C, Form 1040, if you if from your employment activities, the IRS website states the list was created. The list was created to help those preparing their 2021 tax returns. The list also includes a number of other items, including gambling winnings, sale of home, and more. The somewhat obscure provisions went viral last week after a popular finance meme social media account and daily newsletter author pointed them out. Humorous as they appear on their face, the statutes are law and have been on the books for years. Prohibition era gangster Al Capone was indicted on tax evasion after prosecutors allege that his stated income didn't match his lavish lifestyle. All income from whatever source is taxable income unless excluded by an act of Congress. Gary Schroeder, a Maryland-based tax preparer, said, "If you receive $500 to kill your neighbor's annoying rooster, or find $1 on the street, or embezzle from your employer, that's all taxable income." Now, let me stop right there. I didn't know until I started working at my job that there's a such thing called a gift tax. Let me explain to y'all what a gift tax is. You know, when you got, like, let's say like your job is doing like a raffle, like a money raffle, which my job used to do all the time, which they don't do anymore. And they found out because, they got to, prepare their books every year, pay the taxes, which they probably don't pay much, but they had to prepare their taxes for the year. And someone saw that, there was an outstanding amount of money going out than what it was going in. Because, damn near every month at my job, we used to do like big, extravagant, like luncheons, and we always had something going on. As well as we would have our annual picnics, which was always lavish, a whole bunch of food, as well as a lavish Thanksgiving dinner, as well as a lavish Christmas party for the year. And, throughout the year, we would do stuff as well, which would always be lavish shit going on, which that's the reason why I like the job that I'm working at now. But it wasn't until I got to the building that I'm in now that our leader told us that, we can't give out money anymore because we have to pay a gift tax or yeah, I think they said they have to pay it as well as we would have to pay it as well. And we didn't understand what the hell a gift tax was until it was broken down to us. So, all money is taxable. Just like this person just said, if you find $1 on the ground, the IRS gets 30% of that. So, you no longer have $1. You only have 70 to 60 some odd cents. Which is crazy. Okay, moving along. As well as your paycheck from flipping burgers at McDonald's. In practice, it's rare for those who break the law to then turn around and dutifully log their ill-gotten gains for the government to review. But there are expectations. People who are convicted or expected to be convicted on embezzlement will report the income to avoid getting prosecuted for tax evasion on the proceeds. Uh, Stephen Mosca- Stephen Moskowitz, a San Francisco tax attorney, told NBC News. So, people, do you goddamn taxes? So, moving along, the IRS guidance for thieves, drug dealers, and corrupt officials. IRS Publication 17, which helps taxpayers determine how to report their income, is extremely detailed. Its section on other income has some of the most fascinating sorts of income you are obligated to report. Here are three that stand out: bribes, if you received a bribe, included in your income; illegal activities, income from illegal activities such as money from dealing illegal drugs, most must be included in your income on Form 1040. Line 21 or Schedule C or Schedule CEZ, Form 1040. If from your self-employment, activities, stolen property. If you steal property, you must report its fair market value in your income in the year you steal it, unless in the same year. You return it to its rightful owner, or unless you return it to its rightful owner. As you can see, Publication 17 is very helpful to a variety of villains and dishonest folks. How do you think rich people, get away with not paying taxes? Because they make sure they get the best tax attorneys and the best accountants to then do their taxes. That's why when tax the rich comes up, or we must tax the rich more, why do you think I didn't have Betty White up here the whole time, but I had Bob Saget's video picture. I also had Max Julian, and I also had Mr. Sidney Poitier. This is the next one here. That's what I'm on right now. So, where am I at? Very helpful to variety of villains and dishonest folks. There is some interesting case law on the subject. The 16th Amendment, which allows Congress to levy an income tax, comes into conflict with the Fifth Amendment, which includes a right against self incrimination. The conclusion, hold on, before I get to that, how do you think these rich people get away with so much? Because The Fifth Amendment says, look, I have the right not to remain silent and shut the fuck up. I plead the fifth. How do you think they get away with stuff so good? So I'm gonna blow this picture up if you guys can't see it. So sorry. All right, there you go. Where was that? In conclusion of the matter is unsurprising. It would be absurd to exempt criminals from reporting income on their tax forms while asking it of honest workers. However, Fifth Amendment privilege allows one to report illegal income without revealing its uh, precise source. The constitutional questions are tricky, but this is a good neutral tax policy from the IRS. In a nice touch, hold on. In a nice touch, income from stolen property is offset with deductibility of many classes of stolen property. The main concern with these classes of taxable income obviously is compliance. These do not make for honest taxpayers. All right. So
Now fuck that bitch.
I didn't want to say that, but hey, fuck the government for having us pay taxes. But this is what I wanted to do. So this next video I have for you guys is somebody talking about IRS demands drug dealers to pay their taxes.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome into the channel. When you watch this, it's going to be Thursday, December 30th. We'll be down to just a day and some change left in 2021, heading into 2022. And I thought a really funny story, which is actually serious, would be good to cover for you guys today in post. And it's about the IRS announcing, and get this, guys, we know there's been a lot of tax changes, right, coming for 2022. We all know about it. It blows up in every Facebook group. But the IRS says income from stolen goods and illegal activities must be reported on your taxes, and the IRS also says bribes and kickbacks must appear on your taxes. What? What are they talking about? Well, this is actually something that's been well known for a long time. A lot of people weren't familiar with it or didn't believe it. So whether you know this or not, there's actually a popular show on CNBC. It's called American Greed. You may have seen it. I used to watch it all the time. It was fantastic. Stacy Keach, the voice you'll recognize, he does all the narrating. It's about white collar criminals, people that commit fraud and Ponzi schemes, and they covered Bernie Madoff, and they covered the lawyer in Florida that stole $1 billion and all that stuff.
Yes, they did.
A lot of these guys, they end up in jail for fraud and wire fraud and money laundering, but a lot of them actually end up in jail for tax evasion. It's not the crime that they did. It's not the theft that they did. It's that they don't report the income to the IRS because they know that it's ill-gotten gains or a big.
Now, now I know I'm harping on rich people, whatever. Yeah, rich people don't pay much taxes. But I know y'all probably know somebody who also somehow gets away with not paying a lot of taxes. That's just a regular person. I'm not saying that they're a drug dealer or anything, but somebody that you probably work with that always receives some like a big tax payment or whatever every year. And they probably have a house and shit, which this is what I don't understand. They say you can write your house off on your taxes because it's considered some sort of expense that's tax deductible, right? But somehow people never get their who have a house, they wind up paying more money out. Because not only is your income taxes due every year, some people pick to pay their property tax every year, which I don't understand why you should do that. I'm pretty sure with every mortgage payment, I'm pretty sure you can put your your property taxes down as well, or you can pay if you pay your mortgage monthly. I'm pretty sure you can pay a piece of your property tax as well. I think along with the mortgage as well. I think you can do that instead of having to gather all. Because I used to have two of my ex girlfriends really. They own houses, right? So I used to ask, well, hey, I always heard that houses are tax deduct. Well, you can get a deduction by owning a house and as well as being married. So one of my ex girlfriends was married before, and she said, no, when I was married, we didn't really get much back, even with us having kids. Like we didn't really get much back. My other ex girlfriend, she said she didn't get a dime back, other than whatever whatever her baby daddy gave her in in child support. So with child support, you don't get your tax return. If you're behind, if you're in arrears, you don't get a tax return. All that money goes to the state. So, and the fucked up part is they lived in two different states. Although that they're close, they're close together, but he lived in Maryland, she lived in Delaware. So, wow. So, let's keep going.
Time pimp drug dealer who's selling $1 million a month in
Now hold on. Just imagine a pimp sitting down with all of his hoes talking about, so hey bitch, what the hell did you earn this year? Well, how much did you make this year? Daddy, I gave you all my money. I think I made close to $5,000 this year. $5,000? You getting cheap on me, bitch? And all that other foolishness. So yeah, let's keep going. But just imagine a pimp sitting down doing his taxes. Well, he got the tax hat on and he's sitting there, typing the shit out up on that that calculator that prints the receipts out. Oh shit, wrong screen.
Cocaine. He doesn't report that to the IRS clearly because he doesn't want to fill out his tax form that says
I got $100,000 in cocaine this year, because that's snitching on yourself. Who would do that? Who in the hell would be like, yeah, I made $100,000 this year, and then you got a SWAT team coming to your house after you file your taxes? Well, like a week later, but still, who the hell would do that?
drug dealer made $1 million because, well, that doesn't look good. But if these guys were actually intelligent enough, they would report their taxes as salesmen, gross sales $1 million, profit 500,000. Here's my taxes, and the IRS wouldn't be able to charge them with anything. They would have to get caught for the drug dealing, not the IRS. But it's easy when you're living in a mansion and driving Ferraris and you don't report taxes and you don't tell me you have an income. That's an easy arrest. And then you bring up attention to everything else. So this is not a joke. The IRS actually expects no matter how you make your income. In fact, they don't even know how you make your income in some cases. What if you're a guy that sells firewood out of your front yard in cash and you have a whole forest behind you and every day you're selling $1,000 in firewood in cash? The IRS has no way to actually see what it is you sell. You could start a company called FWLLC, Firewood FWLLC, and they'd have no way to know. They'd just be like, oh, the guy sold $1,000 a day, right? He sold $365,000 this year. He paid us 50 grand. Sweet, goodbye, right? Like my company is Worldwide Sales LLC or Rockstar Flipper, DBA. They don't know what it is I do unless they actually dig into me. They don't know if I.
Now, I can tell you of a person on here that's on YouTube right now who's being indicted by the federal government due to and it's for a stupid reason, because he explains the story. I won't be able to explain the story as well as he does. I'll try, but I suggest you guys go over to, after this video, not right now, go type in on the search Omi in the Omi in the Hellcat. OMI in the Hellcat. If you don't know who this guy is, he basically, and I owe me coming back to YouTube because I was gonna quit back in, I think it was 2020, if not 2019. I think late 20 no late 2020. I was gonna quit YouTube, but until I started seeing his videos, that's when I said, you know what, this dude is so inspirational. Like, it's not like, because he's a rich dude or whatever, and he got it from other means, not drugs, not bribing people, not pimping. He got his money from, and if you guys did this back in the day, then more power to you. Y'all remember ripping movies off of, like, going to the Pirates Bay and ripping movies off of offline and stuff like that and watching them? Well, he said, Omi said, you know what? This is cool, but what if you could go somewhere and watch free television? So he came up with, and he made money from it. It was subscription based. I think you paid maybe like $10 a month or something like that, $10-$20 a month, something like that, and you could watch television for the low price of $10. Now, who wouldn't hop on that? This was during, like, the what was when you jailbreak your Amazon Fire Stick or Amazon Fire TV, that he had like an app where you could go on, watch free television, and he tells a story to where uh if he got found out by certain companies and they told him to take their content off of his app, he would. He wouldn't be like, well, nah, fuck that. I'm not taking it off. Nah, he would take it off. He would, okay, this region doesn't want their programming on my app. They found out about it. All right, forget it. I'll take it off. So what happened was, he said one day he's chilling in the house. I think he said it was him and his wife at the time. They're chilling in the house. It was like a regular day. And then he said he started seeing, or he said he wasn't home, I believe, and he said that the FBI busted into his home. And he has nice homes. Yeah, I think he has two nice homes right now, but I think at a time he had like around maybe 5 or something like that. So what he said he got raided for was tax evasion. Now, him and his tax adjuster, he gave his tax adjuster, he overpaid his taxes basically. Now, he wouldn't be going through what he's going through right now unless that tax adjuster had his best interests at heart, which he gave her more money than what he had to pay, which is a smart idea. Keeps the feds off you. IRS isn't questioning you anymore. You paid your taxes for the year, you can do whatever you want. Only thing was, when they broke in, he was on vacation, and he said he had never taken a vacation since he started making that much money. He said he had nice cars, um, a boat, and everything, but he never really ventured anywhere. He was a homebody. He stayed at home. and he would get into various, businesses. When I caught up to him, when I caught up to his videos, he was opening up a nightclub in Philly, and right now he has his own clothing line out, Reloaded clothing, and he has his own shoes out, Air Omis. So if you guys are interested in buying his merchandise, go to his Instagram, Omi and the Hellcat on Instagram. You'll see all of his merchandise there. I'm not big up in him like I work for him, but he inspired me enough to come back and do what I'm doing now. Like, he doesn't do this type of material, this type of content like podcasts and stuff like that. He's more of like uh, here's a look into my world type of content creator, and I respect him for what he does. Like, he's a great dad. I think he's expecting another child with his girlfriend now. I believe that they're engaged, and he's, to me, just by looking at him, he seems like an all around nice guy, which he is. Like, he had a whole team. He made sure his team uh had money at all times and stuff like that. And I wish to do the same when I get into if this YouTube thing works out for me. I'd like to have a team of my friends as well, if y'all are listening, to work for me. Like, this, like, really what I do isn't really hard. Like, I'm looking at the chat, I'm looking at my things. Like, if I could have people doing this for me, and was making enough money where I could pay them to do it, like, what would be better? You going to a 9 to 5 every day, or waking up whenever you wanted to and getting to work whenever you wanted to, and you're still getting paid for it. Not saying if I do hire y'all motherfuckers that y'all can be lazy, because I expect y'all to be at work at 12 noon every day. All right, so because that's what time, around the time I wake up is 12 noon, and I want y'all at the at the building before I get there. All right, be productive. Hold on. I have my headphones on backwards. Anyway, so let's continue. Sorry.
Sell, used clothing and remotes? Do I sell cars? Do I sell adult products? Who knows? Like, they don't know what it is I'm selling, and I could do anything. They might know I'm an eBay or Amazon seller, but if they didn't watch my videos, they would have no idea to know what product I'm selling. So you could technically get away with selling drugs. Please, I'm not telling you guys to go be drug dealers. Please don't.
Neither am I. I'm not telling you to go out there and sell drugs and then uh file your taxes of you telling on yourself saying, "Hey, yeah, I made 250 a 250,000 this year." Nah, don't do that.
And don't tell the world that Rockstar Flipper told you to sell drugs, because you can report it on taxes. And anyways, you technically could sell cocaine all year and then report your taxes and get away with it, in theory. Anyway,
In theory, and I was surprised when I heard this, not by him, but by reading the article, not the one that I read to you guys just a little while ago, but the one that I read, I was taken aback, and I basically, like I always do, I go to work and I share everything that I learn to the people that I work with. I told them, because I know some people in there that might do a little something extra on the side. I'd be like, "Yo, did you know blah 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 blah, and you got to put it on your taxes because it's considered taxable income." And they was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, you have to report it every year, or you know how people get not indicted, but damn, what's that word when you got to go in? Was it not tax adjusting? I forgot the word, but anyway, when the IRS calls you in so they can, look at your books, excuse me, and everything you spent and everything, basically they're looking at how much money came in and how much money is going out. So considerably, if you're spending more than what you're making, then you're probably broke. But if you're spending less than what you're making, then there's something to look at, basically. All right, so let's keep going.
Let me take you over to the news story. I'll link it below. I think it's hilarious. A lot of people don't understand this, and they're probably going to think this was clickbait. It's legitimate. You have to report all of your earnings, no matter how you got them. Otherwise, you're going to face additional charges of tax evasion. So let's go take a look.
Find some money on the street. Now, this is what I will tell y'all. If you find money on the street, there's no cameras around, nobody found any money. In my eyes, I didn't find any money that was on the ground. All right, let's keep going.
Okay, so here's the story, which I will link for you guys. Kyle Morris over at Fox. IRS says income from stolen goods and illegal activities must be reported on taxes. The IRS says bribes.
I think that's the if it wasn't that Fox article, it was somewhere else I saw it.
Kickbacks must also be reported. Whether you stole a car this year, accepted a bribe, or were involved in any other illegal activities which you provided you with income, the Internal Revenue Service says you must report it when you file your taxes. In an online list of requirements titled IRS Publication 17, the IRS says income from illegal activities such as money from dealing illegal drugs must be included on the taxpayer's 2021 filings. It is to be included in Schedule 1, Form 1040, Line 8Z, or in Schedule C, Form 1040, if it's from a self-employment activity. The IRS also noted that thieves must report the value of goods they stole unless the goods are returned to the owner in the same year. You kidding me? No, you can steal the bike. As long as you return it to somebody, you don't have to report it as income.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.
The government wants everything. They want your newborn. they want your newborn as much as they're asking for.
Oh my God. If you steal property, you must report its fair market value in your income in the year you steal it, unless you return it to the rightful owner in the same year, the IRS stated. How silly is this?
What thief would do that? Steal some shit for 11 months, and then when Christmas rolls around, give you your stuff back. What type of foolishness is that? No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this right now.
Requirements also made clear that if you receive a bribe, you must include it in your income, and said that taxpayers must also include kickbacks, side commissions, push money, or similar payments on Schedule 1 or Schedule C. In a post shared to Facebook on Tuesday, the Erie County Sheriff's Office in Buffalo, New York, offered support for all car thieves who need an itemized list of the property they stole so it can be reported on their income taxes. Of course, they want people to come and say they stole stuff so they can arrest them.
Exactly.
Nobody ever said that thieves were smart. Attention all car thieves. The stuff you stole from people's vehicles in 2021 must be claimed on all your income tax. If you need an itemized list of property, call us.
Why do you think people steal shit? Because they don't know the value of some or certain stuff. Or do they? If somebody steals a car stereo, right? Which I don't know who's doing that nowadays, because I put a sound system in my car, and I kept my the factory stereo for the simple fact that I like the stereo. And I was thinking about replacing the factory stereo that I have with another model of my car. Like the fully loaded versions stereo, because it comes with navigation and it's like more buttons and stuff. I was gonna buy, and I can't like I saw it on if it wasn't eBay, I forgot what the other one's name is. I saw uh that stereo, the fully loaded uh Chevy Cruise LTZ, I think was like the fully loaded version. I was going to get that stereo off of eBay because some reason somebody took it out and said this might be a good thing to sell, and I was gonna buy it. But thing was, the person was asking for $300 and some odd dollars. It's like, okay, there's no way I'm sending $300 to a stranger. Maybe maybe Facebook Marketplace and they're around the area is basically like, look, I can haggle with you, but I'm not going to spend $300. I give you 175 for it because it's going to cost me more to put this bitch in than what it is for you to sell it to me. So you might as well just give it to me for 175. Because when I got my sound system in, because at the same time I got my sound system in, I got an auto start put on as well. That cost the auto start was $200. To put the system in was $500. So $700 I spent that day. And I'm saying I like my car, but just to have the navigation feature on the screen, like on the stereo screen, is like I would love to have it. But I was being cheap the day that I bought that car, so whatever. Let's keep going. But I will say, people, if you do buy cars, stop buying used cars. Buy a new car where nobody has ever driven it, because my first two cars were used cars. My first car was a Chevy Caprice Classic, a '96 Chevy Caprice Classic. So it's the bubble model, not the boxier Chevy. I love that car too. I only had it for I think it was like 14 months, but I love that car. I should have kept it. Um, the only thing it really needed on it, to be honest, was a new engine. That's the only thing. Because when I bought the car, which y'all might gonna start laughing at me, when I bought the car, it had 149,000 plus miles on it. All right, quit the laughing. Quit the laughing. Stop. I only spent $1,000 for it. Stop it. Don't laugh anymore. I was 20. I was 21. All right. I didn't want to walk anymore. I would have paid more than that for a car. But anyway, um, what else? So my second car was a Buick LeSabre Custom, and I stopped liking that car because I bought it from a used car lot where I was told not to buy the car from. But my homeboy egged me on because he was like, I like buying from there because they got nice cars, and I haven't had any problems buying. It was this place called Cox Auto. Pause. It was this place called it was this place called Cox Auto, and they although that they did have nice cars, but the car I wanted I didn't get. I wanted this black Buick. Uh, what was it? Not LeSabre. What's the other model that looked just like it? I forgot. It was a I think that one was a 2000 Buick. I forgot what it was, but I bought the green Buick LeSabre. The first 3 months, it was heaven. I loved the car. I didn't drive it for 2 days. Windows was rolled all the way up. The car was locked up. So by being a responsible motorist, I was like, haven't driven the car in 2 days. The battery, it's a used car at that. The battery might be low. I haven't replaced the battery battery yet. So let me crank the car up. Let me charge the battery. Get all the fluids, flowing through the car, as it hasn't been driven in 2 days. So I said, okay, let me go ahead and drive it. Let me take it to the store. So I drive it, and we have these speed bumps that's in my neighborhood. I went over one of the speed bumps, and my lights turned on. I said, the fuck is happening right now? So I went over the second one, lights came back on again. So I was like, okay, one of the doors are still open, and the sensor's picking it up. So whenever I go over these bumps, it's opening somehow, and it's closing back. So I got out the car, I shut all of the doors back, and then I got back in the car. There was a third bump. The lights turned back on again. I said, so obviously this isn't a door issue. Something's going on with the electrical system in here. And why is my tires triggering this shit? So by the next day, I roll all my windows down. I couldn't get none of my windows. Well, I couldn't get. I got all of my windows up. The only one I couldn't get back up was my passenger side window. So you know what you gotta do? You gotta put a bag over it. So what happened was the actuator on that side went bad. It got replaced. Cool. After that, maybe I would say 3 weeks later, none of the windows worked anymore. I started seeing, because you know how when you're driving your car and it's dark, and your window uh buttons are illuminated and stuff like that. Well, over a period of time, I started seeing my back passenger ones go out, and then I saw the driver, the passenger side one up front, go out, and that's it. Those windows didn't work anymore. The only window that worked in my car was the driver window. I don't know why I'm telling you all this story, but I'm just saying. Basically, what I'm trying. Well, this is what I'm saying with this tax shit and what I just told y'all. Be more responsible with your money. All right, be responsible with your money. All right, let's keep going. I
And the
went off
deputy
on a
detective will
tangent.
be happy to meet with you with the list. It will be our pleasure. Wow, unbelievable. Can you guys, but honestly, I knew about this, but and it's not a surprise. But yeah, I wonder how many thieves actually report it. If you were a smart thief and like say you were selling
Excuse me.
drugs, you would just say you were a salesman, independent salesman, and the IRS.
Who you fooling? Because the first thing, the first thing that they gonna look into is what kind of sales are you in, and they're gonna have their hand out and say this to you.
Give me your fucking money!
Would never know if your 300 grand came from selling drugs or from selling digital books on the internet or cash out of your front yard. They have no idea because all you put is what's the gross sales total. Did you have some expenses? Done. Like that's it. They don't know any better. And as long as you're reporting and paying your taxes, they'll never come after you. And even if you got audited, you could literally just show like here's where I received.
That's the word I was looking for. Audited.
Money, and they're still not going to know what that transaction was for. If I go sell a board game out front to my neighbor for $20 that I paid $1 for, and I did that all day long and made hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars, the IRS would have no idea to know what it was I was selling. It would just be a sale, right?
Exactly.
They could dig, but it would be hard. Anyways, there you go. If you guys are drug dealers or stealing stuff, make sure you report it to the IRS. What an awesome story. I can't believe they actually put this as front and center news. Okay, anyways, enjoy.
Y'all know why that they finally put this information out? Because of inflation. Because if you guys don't know, all of the money that is out here right now, because if you guys ever see either the Brinks truck or I forgot the other company's name, that comes in, gets all of the old bills. I'm pretty sure y'all saw that 50 Cent movie. I forgot what it is, but he's a thief. He's a thief and he has a team or whatever. So what that company does, which I had an interview with one of them. I forgot what that company's called though. This chick that I knew, she was the secretary at the place, and she was like, "Hey, if you're looking for a job, come in. The only thing is, you'll have to shave your mustache and beard." I said, "Well, I'm gonna try to finagle this person the best way possible." Who's interviewing me, so I can get out of that. But what these companies do, they take all of the bills that aren't in circulation anymore, they take them out and they take them to whatever facility that burns those bills. They burn those bills. I'm pretty sure they melt down the nickels, quarters, and dimes, and the pennies and stuff, so that then more currency can be made from that. But the bills, they get burned, so you know you got to know the government is 20 steps ahead of us. So if a bill is out of commission and you use that bill, you can. Well, I'm not saying you can be tracked because I don't think that they're radiated, but um, if you use those bills, you can be tracked down to who has this currency that is no longer in circulation anymore. You gotta start looking at y'all serial numbers that's on these bills.
Your day, guys. Enjoy the rest of your night. Don't forget, tomorrow is the last day to save 50.
All right, he's done. But yeah, you got to start paying attention to the bills that you guys have, because let me get this queued up to where I need it at. This next video I got for you guys. Okay, let me drag this up. Come on now. All right, I'll leave it there. But anyway, yeah, because everything's serialized, everything is tracked and whatever. So, let's get to our next story because I spent too much time on that, but I thought it was a funny story. Y'all's boy, Hot Sauce Poppy, aka Tabasco Poppy, or Tabasco Daddy. I don't know. Um, he's been talked about quite a lot this week. Y'all's boy Drizzy Drake out here putting Tabasco sauce in condoms, and I understand because I think he's worth what a billion now, and he's a popular rapper, everything. So, girls think that he's cute. So, any chance that they get, they'll try to. But he probably thinks, I slipped once, I'm not going to slip again. But from what I was told, his first baby mama, or his only baby mama, he was actually dating her, from, what was said. But whatever, who knows? But from what I heard, Drake's coming out with a new condom. It's called the Red Hot. It's called the Red Hot. It gives you a burning, stinging, tingling sensation, I heard. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and get them. Uh, I'm so stupid. But anyway, let's get into this story real fast. And I'll back out of this, and then I'll come back because I got a story to share with you guys that involves this. So on January 9th, 2022, gossip and rumors, Instagram account Too Much Hot Tea. So this is what she said. So real quick. Hold on, I'll get to that in a minute. Posted a rumor about Instagram model who allegedly had sex with Drake and attempted to sneakily use sperm from his condom to impregnate herself. Drake's hot sauce refers to an unconfirmed allegation that rapper Drake poured hot sauce into his used condom to prevent his sperm from being used for impregnation. The allegation spread online in early 2022 due to a rumor that an Instagram model filed a lawsuit against Drake after trying to impregnate herself with sperm from his used condom and ended up burning her genitalia. So this is what's going on. So Instagram model ready to sue after Drake allegedly put hot sauce in his condom. So I don't know how she thinks that she can sue him, because maybe because, bodily harm or something like that. That's funny within itself. But I don't really see a case, and I really see a judge looking at this case and going, I'm not presiding over this. But you never know. So this is what too much hot tea had to say, and I'm gonna blow this up so we can read it. So too much hot tea said allegedly Drake and an IG model allegedly met up on Instagram, and the two decided to link up a few weeks ago. The model and Drake had a romantic encounter, and what happened next was well crazy. Um After the party, they went back to his hotel. They smoked they smoked weed for a bit, and he asked if she wanted to have sex. She said he was very intent on ensuring things were consensual. You know why? Because he's rich and he doesn't want a lawsuit by a girl stating that he raped someone. That's why. So, um where am I at? They stated with a bit of they started with a bit of foreplay. He rubbed and sucked her breast for a bit. He then went to the bathroom and came out with a condom on. You know why? Because girls like to do fuck shit with condoms when they want to be impregnated by someone by a male who doesn't want to impregnate them. So they do fuck shit like that. So let's keep going. So that was a smart move. So fellas, if y'all are listening to this, this is some game that is being dropped right now. She said he's about 7. I'm not laughing at it. I'm not laughing at his dick size. Pause. I'm just laughing at why is this important? Like, why is this important? Anyway, I don't think I want to go. I want to read this. All right, I'm gonna speed read the fuck out of this part. She said that he was about 7 inches thick and cut. There we go. They fucked for about 20 minutes, which is good time. 20 minutes is enough for fucking. All right. Anything past that, you trying too hard. All right. He mostly hit it from the back and eventually came inside the condom. Duh. But you gotta remember, these IG models, some of them don't even really look that good outside of their makeup. You gotta remember, most of their body parts aren't really theirs. All of their body parts aren't really theirs. Just saying. So I'm saying he probably, wanted to hit it from the back because he wanted to see a stiff ass jiggle. Anyway. Immediately after, he went back into the bathroom to dispose of it. She fished the condom out of the trash, untied it, and put the open end into her vajayjay. Boy, was she in for a surprise. She said it felt like pouring hot lava into her punani. And that's just stupid. But this goes to show that most women don't pay attention. Gotta pay attention to detail. Because here's the detail. He went to the bathroom. Here's a hint for you. He went to the bathroom to dispose of the condom. Why he didn't flush it, I don't understand. Because you're in a hotel room, number one, and they got that vacuum suction toilets, and it wouldn't have got clogged up because it's that vacuum suction that sucks the water down. Excuse me. Which, if you ever gotten hotel toilet water, backsplash water on your jeans, it's not a nice day. I threw my jeans out once that happened to me. She screamed and Drake ran into the bathroom. Sorry. He admitted that he poured a pack of hot sauce in the condom to kill the sperm. Now, he's not really thinking all that well because mostly every condom, but not all, have spermicide. So I don't know if the spermicide reacts immediately with the sperm, or the male ejaculant, or it works over time. Like, I wouldn't say a long time, but I'm pretty sure it's some time in between, doing your thing in it and then, getting rid of it. But if not, if it's fast acting, then it's all sperm cells should have been killed on impact. That's hilarious because they're running. Yup, never mind. Now the Instagram model is threatening to sue Drake. Now this is what some dude commented on old main bro, or old man Ebro, I guess. Did she not smell hot sauce? See the hot sauce? This fake. Oh, that's Ebro in the morning. Okay, but I'm saying, did she not smell the hot sauce? Because all hot sauce has a distinct smell. I like the Asian hot sauce myself. That's the best hot sauce out there. I'm a hot sauce nigga. My daddy was a hot sauce nigga. All right, I just like hot sauce on certain things. But shout out to Too Much Hot Tea for having this story available for us. So let's continue. Where was that? Okay, the rumor sequent. Messing up on words ain't the way to go. Subsequently, there we go. Subsequently, inspired viral social media reactions and memes referring Drake's supposed birth control methods. In the following days, the rumor remained a prominent subject of humorous references, in the following days. Additionally, a number of media outlets reported on the story, including this one, including articles by Wrap Up, Yahoo, and Bro Bible. On January 11th, 2022, Drake made an Instagram post in which he seemingly responded to the rumor, writing, "You can have your 15 minutes of fame. I'll take the other 23 hours and 45 minutes." Drake has been very busy on Instagram lately, but his latest post made just a few hours ago, well, not today, but this is the article that I got it from, is going to blow up more than all of the other recent ones combined. That's because the rapper has came out all guns blazing. You can have your 15 minutes of fame. I'll take the other 23 to 45 minutes. He's critical. He critically posted or cryptically posted. Sorry. So yeah, champagne poppy or hot sauce poppy out here burning bitches. Drake wild. Drake is wild. But I will say, people are very impressionable, so all dudes out here, well, let me not say all dudes, but some of these dudes out here probably will be like, you know what? Let me go ahead and pour this in there. But yeah, I feel bad for any girl out here that's trying to trap a dude in getting her pregnant, because now she's gonna feel hot lava being poured in her. All right, the last and final topic today. So earlier I said I was going to speak on Fresh and Fit, and it's kind of hard not talking about these dudes because they're stupid. But they're so stupid you gotta talk about them. Like, it's inevitable. Like, it's inevitable that you talk to them. I mean, that you talk about them. So this is what happened, and I don't really need this anymore, other than the last part. But so this is what happened. Fresh and Fit went on to Far Gray's Instagram Live. Far Gray is Dr. Khalid Muhammad's son. I think it's his oldest son. The reason why his last name is Muhammad because he changed his name back in, when did Khaled die? I think it was in '98. He died. He had his brain aneurysm, or so-called brain aneurysm. Uh, so after that, um, I think he was like 15, and he's a genius. Like, far as a genius, because his original name, because his father was a part of the Nation of Islam. He was the national speaker for the Nation of Islam, which is a position that's right underneath of the Honorable Louis Farrakhan. So he got kicked out like Malcolm X did back in the 60s. Khaled did. So he started the new Black Panther Party. So some things happened. A fight broke out, which I believe he got stabbed 5 times in. And he died, what, in '98. I think that fight happened in like '96, but he survived that. But then he had a brain aneurysm, so called. So after that, Farrakhan Muhammad, which that's what was Far Gray's real name, I think it was, or it was. Anyway, he gets the Far part from Louis Farrakhan, because I think that was like his middle name or something, or his first name or something. So, but then he changed it. He changed his name to to Farrah Gray, because Gray, I think, is his mother's maiden name, I believe. So if you guys didn't know who this guy was, he was basically a boy genius when he was in his teens. I believe he went to college early, maybe at age 15, and then he became a millionaire once he hit his hit his his late teens, early 20s. He became a millionaire. He sold like various products and stuff like that. He's really smart. He's like smart as fuck. Um, he wrote various books, sold various products. I think he had like a syrup company at a point in time. That was like one of his various ventures that he had. Now I don't know what he's doing because I stopped following him. After I heard that, some fuck shit happened between him and his daddy, but that's neither here nor there. But Farrah Gray had Dr. Malik Shabazz on his Instagram Live along with these two bozos. Why? Well, you're about to see why. And here we go. So this video here, this is what led up to Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz talking to these two. So the lady right here, I don't know what her name is, but I think she's a friend of Farah's. So well, y'all didn't see that. Hold on. So this lady right here, this lady right here with the amazing cleavage. She was on the line along with Farah in Fresh and Fit, and this is what transpired from that.
Right now,
for any race, right? In terms of like, white, Asian, doesn't matter. Now, that being said, we don't go back on what we said because we meant what we said. But just for that particular clip regarding the black.com comment.
People are too sensitive, man. I don't see any other race pulling clips from it saying, you guys made fun of Asians this day. You guys made fun of Arabs this day. You guys made fun of that. Nobody else cares. It's only...
Actually, we do care. That's the reason why we've been on your ass so much about this topic. If you guys don't know, and you guys been under a rock, and you don't know what's going on with these two, so was it last week or the week before? They had Asian Doll on their podcast. Asian Doll was King Von's girlfriend, I believe, or baby mama or something like that. So what they did with that interview, they basically disrespected the lady by doing what they do. They kicked her out and the shit that they normally do when they have girls around them. So what happened was what had happened was they got all this flack from it from kicking her out. So from that, they pissed a lot of women off because then people started fishing for, and not fishing FISHING, PHISHING, fishing of who these two guys are. So if you guys paid attention to what I played last week, they basically found out that these two were calling black women derogatory terms. They was basically saying that they try to cover it up by saying our preference is not black women. But what they didn't know by them saying, I don't want to date a Shaniqua and all this, is not exactly telling someone that that a Shaniqua isn't your presence. We all know a Shaniqua is normally a black woman that's from America, but they basically made all this derogatory shit. They started saying we don't play in the dark. We don't we might date a red bone, but that's about it when it comes to black chicks, because black chicks are normally ratchet and all this other foolishness and annoying and all this. But these two bozos, Walter Weeks, aka Fresh, he was on a sugar daddy site, found a chick, started paying the girl because the girl started demanding money from him. But he or both of them, they sell courses on how to get women, but they're not exactly showing the work. They're not whatsoever. They're not showing the work of them, because normally, if you're in the pickup artist game of what I believe, you're supposed to show your work. You're supposed to show, I got this girl, her name's so and so, blah 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 blah, and she's part of the lineup now. But they haven't. They sell this damn. I think they sell that course for like $700. Now, this fool right here allegedly got what is it? OnlyFans girl pregnant, and the OnlyFans girl does explicit content. Not judging her, but this fool got her pregnant, allegedly, supposedly. Now, as well, this fool right here was basically, what's the word I'm looking for? He was using his business, his entertainment business, internet entertainment business, to then try to make girls sleep with him. Right? If you guys don't know, look all this up. I'm not lying. Now, not only did these two fools almost cause a pregnant woman to miscarry or have a stillborn birth by these two allowing their viewers, which this is very prominent now on YouTube. Let me preface this. I don't do none of this bullshit that these new YouTubers now are allowing their viewers to do. They posted this lady's, well, she's not really, well, she is a lady, but I don't want to sound old. So this young lady that they did this horrendous shit to, where's my music at? I turned the music off. Music. So they allowed their viewers to go to have them go to this young lady's Instagram page. This is where she makes her money from. Her Instagram, because she's a fitness model as well as a fitness trainer. She was getting a whole bunch of unwanted, just ignorant ass comments on her posts and everything, to the point to where she had to shut her Instagram down for a few days, if not like a couple weeks. That's affecting her money. So now on the flip side, the same thing happens to these two fools. They then get outed by Abba and Preach, by Playback, and various other YouTubers who's sick of they shit just like me. Because not only don't they find their bullshit not funny by what they do, because to be honest, they're making money with their product that they're selling. I don't know who's buying it, but they're making money from it. Okay, cool. Do your thing, make your money. But this is what I'm not understanding here. These two fools both talk about that they have game, but then can't show it. If you have game, right, aren't you able to show that shit on camera? Now, I won't say that I'm the most handsome person in the world, but I can pick girls up. Well, not girls. Let me not say girls. That sounds weird. I can pick women up. Two of my girlfriends, in if you can call them girlfriends, but yeah, my girlfriends. When I was 21, I was dating a 34, 35-year-old. And then when I was 28 going on 29, I was dating a 39-year-old. Nigga, look. Me being a young man, I approached them. Now, I heard all the jokes. Nah, you too young for me. I can't. Nah, you ain't serious because I'm looking for a man to do this and that and this and that and this and that. If you get with me, do you think you can do all that? I was like, yeah, I'm a man. Like, the fuck? You know, started spitting some game. They started getting more interested than what they was. Marcus was beating them cheeks within 2 days. Ain't that hard? Chick I was with when I was 21, when I first met her, she cooked me breakfast. And I ain't talking about when I left her house the next day. I'm talking about when we got back to our house. Cause she said she needs a man that has a lot of energy. And I was like, well, I'm already young. I got enough energy. What's more energy to put on me that I'm going to wear your ass out with? So, you know what I'm saying? So, but these two fools have no game whatsoever. And it shows because when they're talking to the girls that are at their table when they're doing their podcast, you can tell because they look at it like this. And none of my friends would ever look at this as, yeah, we get bitches. Just because you probably say, yeah, I'm fresh, this is fit. We have a popular podcast on YouTube. We're big YouTubers. We make lots of money and all this. Why don't you come back to our place and do our late night podcast with us? Because from what Allende and what's his name, Rob J or something like that, it was Allende and this guy that was actually bringing those girls back. Now, you probably hired some fool that does that for you now because I can't see girls talking to y'all, like, for real. I can't see girls actually talking to these dudes for real, like as they really like these guys. Because if you see how Fit handled himself with with Asian Doll, you can tell that he doesn't know how to talk to women. Plus, he got upset because a girl, and women do this. They'll test you just to see where you at with your man shit. This nigga got upset because she called him mean. This thing on. She called him mean and he got pissed off at her. Nigga, what? You got pissed off because a girl called you mean, nigga? And you could tell in his demeanor that he was upset. Nigga, that is a jokeable winner back moment right there. She call you mean, you say something funny to win her back. If she's too far gone, if she's in her bag and shit, let her be in her bag. You don't approach you don't approach motherfuckers like that. Now I'm about to be canceled because of something I didn't say that I stopped myself from saying. But listen to these fools. I'm gonna get back to this video. Listen to these fools.
When we make jokes sometimes on like black women, people are too sensitive, and I don't see any other race pulling clips from it saying, "You guys made fun of Asians this day. You guys made fun of Arabs this day. You guys made fun of that." Nobody else cares. It's only, when we make jokes sometimes on like black women, they just get mad and they clip it and they're like, "Look at this. These guys are racist," but they'll never go ahead and watch the whole podcast, look at the context, see us make fun of everybody else. They just want to pick and choose when it best.
My nigga, we don't have to put it in context. You said what you said. Plus, it wasn't a lot of people. It was just them two at the table when they were saying, we don't date Shaniquas, we don't do this, we don't do that. It was just them two. So what are people taking out of context? Y'all are now doing the Let's Save Our Asses world tour now because y'all know y'all fucked up. Y'all know y'all fucked up, so that's the reason why y'all appearing on every podcast now. Y'all accepting every interview. Y'all making all. Well, I don't know if they are, but I'm speculating at this point. Y'all going on Instagram and possibly Twitter, typing out what y'all really meant now. Like, why are y'all doing all this apologizing? Why y'all going on the apology tour, but not actually apologizing? Although, if y'all say, "Look, I'm sorry for saying what I said," although people won't really forgive you, well, black women won't really forgive y'all, and the black men who feel as strongly as they do when it comes to black women, as Malik Zulu Shabazz did. I'll get to that video in a little bit. We don't believe y'all. If y'all be like, well, yeah, I'm sorry for saying what I said. We didn't really mean it. Blah 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 blah. We be like, man, go the hell on somewhere, man. Just leave. Just get out of here. Because we not gonna believe you, even if you do apologize. Apologize at y'all's own will, but it's not being heard over here. Like, people like me, we don't want to hear it. Because, and I'll be honest, I give all new black that get popular, because you really don't know about people once they're on the level that I'm at. But once you get popular, I subscribe and I give you a month to wow me. That's 4 whole weeks. That's 30 to 31 days to wow somebody. I listen to these dudes, I'm like, what the fuck are they talking about? That's the same with they boy Kevin Samuels that they then started talking shit about. Oops. Did he not know? Did I spill some beans? Am I snitching? These fools don't like Kevin Samuels. I don't either. But I didn't really talk shit on him. Well, in a way I did, but I didn't. I came up with a clever way to talk about his philosophy. That's the way I talked about it. But they had all kinds of choice words for Kevin Samuels. That's the reason why Kevin Samuels don't fuck with them now, which allowed, I guess, the black manosphere, I don't even fuck with them either, to then be like, well, we don't want Fresh and Fit in the black manosphere no more. They said okay, but in a way, you can tell that they were hurt because from the shit that was happening in late August, like mid to late August, man, it was like, sorry to say this, but it was like the Twin Towers coming down once ABBA and Preach got to their ass. It was curtains. They lost. They lost what, 28,000 subscribers during that whole debacle. Not only did Fit threaten violence to fight ABBA after Preach's after making fun of Preach's wife, and Preach said, "All right, I'm gonna be in the States because he lives in Canada." He was like, "All right, I'm gonna be in the States next week. I'll let you know when I'll be in Florida. We'll set a gym up. We'll make sure everything's legal, everything is safe, and not after I fight one bitch, I'm gonna fight the other bitch. I'm gonna fight both twin sisters." That's what ABBA's words, not ABBA. That's what Preacher's words was. They started doing all kinds of backpedaling. You know, I ain't really mean that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why we gotta go there? You know what I'm saying? Like, they started turning into the motherfuckers that they don't like. Like, why can't brothers just stick together? You know what I'm saying? Like, why we gotta fight each other all the time? You know what I'm saying? And they took that video down of them talking shit on ABBA and Preacher's wife. All because one of ABBA and Preacher's fans asked them to do a video about the podcast that ABBA was on of Fresh and Fitz. ABBA went on a Fresh and Fitz episode and basically asked them what did they mean by calling ABBA a blue pill. And they started stuttering. I called you blue pill, boy. I don't really know what I said, but I'm saying I didn't really say that, but if you believe I said that, it's like, man, the fuck up. Cause if ABBA was right in your face and he said that, and he threatened to fight you, but you wasn't ready, ABBA would have been wrong. But he came to y'all's arena. He asked y'all, why do y'all feel as though that I'm a blue pill, that I'm a beta? Why do y'all feel that? Y'all always have some intellectual to say. Why isn't that y'all didn't say that shit when ABBA was there? Why didn't y'all back up what y'all talk when Preach was like, all right, I'll fight both y'all? Now that y'all are in trouble, now some people may say, well, Marcus, all publicity is good publicity. I don't disagree with you. But the publicity that they're in right now, the heat that they're getting right now with the climate of today, what we got? Cancel culture. What we got? We got the Me Too movement. What we got? We got I'll put them in here. The divestment movement. Which their top guns, Cynthia G and I think the girl's name's Jasmine or something like that, and another chick. Both of them went at your ass. Now, I'm not saying Cynthia G is a smart person, because most of the shit that she says is a bunch of nonsense. But they both went at y'all simultaneously. But now y'all on the world apology tour. Because we never seen these dudes on everybody's podcast. They was too good to be on everybody's podcast. Within the past 3 weeks, I've seen them on Tim Pool, IRL. I seen them on here, and I seen them someplace else. I forgot where else they've been. But the only podcast interview that I seen them do before that was what's his name? The No Jumper podcast. And that was like last year sometime, if not 2020 sometime. No, they just started last year. So it was last year sometime. I saw. But they on everything now. Stating their case. Well, what I meant was is this and that, and you know what I mean? And what I really was saying was that not all black women are Shaniquas and all that. It's just, it's just the ones that I've been dealing with. They're Shaniquas. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the fuck they were doing. Let's get back to this.
Them so that they can come and say that we're racist or whatever. So it is what it is. Honestly, we don't plan to change their mind. They're already set in their ways. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to have a victim mindset or they're not. They're going to have a sense of humor or they're not. It's not our job to sit here and try to make them understand. We're going to keep making our content. And to be honest,
sense of humor. What was funny about what y'all said? I don't like playing in the dark. I don't mess with Shaniquas. Where's the punchline? Matter of fact, where's the setup for the joke? They've never done comedy before. This is how a joke is written. It's the setup, the joke, then the punchline. And sometimes all that shit comes simultaneous. Or if you're good, you can do the joke to set up the punchline. Where was the joke? I guess the setup was I don't. The joke was date, and the punchline was Shaniquas. Y'all need to pick that pen back up and start writing some better jokes. Because y'all get booed out of the Apollo. You'll get booed off y'all's local open mic night by telling them jokes. Them jokes suck. And I make corny jokes sometimes. But if you get me going to where I'm talking shit and I can riff off of what people are saying and I'm thinking about shit as I'm riffing and as people are talking, ask about me. That's all I gotta say. Ask about me.
a lot of our detractors, the people that are complaining, our audience is not targeted towards black women. Like, it's not. Like, our audience is...
Never mind.
Men of all races, all different colors. If you guys watch our show, we get donations from all over the world. South Africa, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, etc. So, with all due respect, we don't really give a fuck.
Niggas always want to talk about, oh yeah, we doing this globally. We international. We got people from South Africa. Leave Africa out of it, nigga.
What they think, because they're not our audience anyway. We're going to say what we want to do. That's how we became popular in the first place, was by doing this, by being honest, raw, saying what we want, without caring about what the left or SJWs or these politically correct people got to say, because that's not how we run our business. That's not how we run our podcast. So when people come in and say, y'all are going to get canceled, I'm like, oh, you guys must be new here. We've been talking about this. So we don't like...
Well, I didn't think you're going to get canceled. I just needed to understand. I mean, but now saying that I'm not your target audience. So I guess that's why you don't care what you say about me or people like me.
Like, with all due respect, like, we really don't care what they got to say because they're not our audience.
Bro, this black woman just told him, I don't think you care about people like me. And he basically said, yeah, I don't care what they got to say. Like, you basically didn't even acknowledge her as a human being. You just...
The whole time, they didn't. They hopped on, they said what's up to Farah. Shorty got on, didn't say hi, Didn't say, how are you? What's your name? What do you do? None of that. It was far as the question, they went into their answers. Now, respecting somebody else's platform, it goes like this. Like I said, what was it, the first show of this year? I said that the reason why that my channel hasn't really grown all that much is because having been on, I thought I could do this by myself and do it organically. Well, I need some help. So what I said I was going to start doing is I'm going to start going on other platforms and getting in panels and stuff like that, and basically, if it's a debate, or if it's just a talk, just a panel where we're just talking, just show my intellect or whatever. But the way you do that, you introduce yourself to not only the host of the show, you introduce yourself to the panel. And the way you do that, when you come in, and I've done this a couple times, come in, you say, "What's going on, Jay Dobson? I'm Marcus Speaks. I run a channel called Marcus Speaks. I also have a second channel, Marcus Speaks Play, where I exclusively do gameplay videos or streams. With the Marcus Speaks channel, I also do the same with the game stream, but also have a podcast which I originated on this this channel, or on my channel. And I've done some things throughout the the time I've been on. I've done like short videos where I tell like a story or whatever that's like 5 to 7 minutes long. It's usually either it's a video talking about some real stuff, or it's talking about like a funny thing that's happened to me in my life. As well, what's going on, panel? How are you guys doing? What's everyone's name? They did none of that. Not only does Farrah have, not only is this his Instagram live that he's on, he has someone that I believe he trusts to be on here with, which we can either say she's a co-host or a panelist, or someone that wants to talk, that he knows, someone who wants to talk to these guys who's made inflammatory remarks about black women. But they did nothing to acknowledge this lady's presence. That's why I said, when I did maybe about 2 videos about the manosphere. I said the red pill community, to me, are homosexual, because men who just want to be around other men and converse to other men about bullshit. And not only that, they want to talk about the ills of what women bring to men. What straight dude talks about this shit? No, none of me and my homeboys, when we get together, do we talk about, man, I was with this bitch the other night, we was arguing and shit. Man, fuck women. It's, how you and your girl doing? Man, we good. We are, as men, we already know what that means. They going through a rough patch. There's some fuck shit happening. It's not something that we should be talking about right now. But nah, not them. They'll pull out. He'll 75% of all women usually get pregnant by the age of 19. Now, is that true, or is that false? Because by the statistics, it's true, because it says 75% of all women by the age of 19 get pregnant. What do you say? And the girl's like, I don't think that's true, for the simple fact that I didn't get pregnant at 19, and my homegirl didn't get pregnant, but my cousin did. But she's like 5 years older than me. But when she was 19, she got pregnant. It's like, what? Like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? This fool, Myron Gaines, on his Seeking Arrangements profile, which is a sugar daddy website, sugar daddy, sugar baby website, wrote on, and y'all saw it on my video that I did about them. I think it was the first video that I outed, well, that Abel and Preach outed them, but I was doing like my own commentary about it. This fool Myron, right here, him, not his real name, said on his profile, 2% of men are 6 foot. Only, what do you say? Only 5% of men have 6-pack abs. And then he had some other bullshit in there. Then the fourth point was, well, I guess you lucked out, ladies, because I have all 3 in one package. Nigga, what? Nigga, what are you fucking talking about? What are you talking about? This shit ain't rocket science. You're on a website where a girl wants to have a sugar daddy. You don't have to write an elaborate fucking profile description. You just gotta have a few things on there, and you went far and beyond to the fucking cosmos with the bullshit. The girls are seeking someone to give them money. Why? Because they're cute. And they want to flaunt their shit to get what they want. Sounds like some what's the movie? Some Player Club shit. Now, you know what girls are doing now, fools? You have the bitches there that you know do this fuck shit on a daily. Instagram, OnlyFans, fucking Twitter bitches that get butt ass naked and you see them fucking on OnlyFans and shit. Those are the girls that are at his fucking show. So how isn't that demographic of black women that you're putting on your show not your audience? Because what do you think they're thinking? Oh, I know that girl. She gets like 5,000 not 5,000. 50,000 likes on her profile pictures, not her profile pictures, but her pictures on Instagram. I get 40, so maybe I can get on there as well. What the fuck are y'all don't understand this shit? What the fuck is wrong with them? I can see why he got fired from his law enforcement job, which he was a agent of Homeland Security. I can see why he never held a job for long. They are fucking dumb. But they're trying to teach men who don't get women, which I can understand why these fools are teaching these fools, because they say 2 fools. Fuck it. That's the saying. 2 fools. Fuck it. But it's like, come on. Like, this shit ain't rocket science at all. It's not. It's not. This is the thing. His classmates, his classmates from Barbados, his high school classmates, outed this nigga around the time when his white bitch that used him for money, that I guess he thought that she liked him, stupid, said that he wasn't that bright in school neither. These fools is crazy. This is the first thing that they'll say to me if they ever come across this video. You only have 60 subscribers. You're not making any money. We're making more money than you. You probably work at, and they'll name some crazy fucking place. We get more girls than you. Do you now? Do you? Do you think that you can? Because I will accept the challenge. It don't take long. Let's keep going.
Put her in a group of all other black women. Like, yeah, we don't care what they got to say. Why don't you care what she just said? She's a black woman. She's talking to you. Why don't you respond directly to her? It's just kind of crazy. I don't know. And then you saw them laughing about getting canceled. Remember, they was laughing about getting canceled. Y'all remember that now, and we'll see where they're at 6 months from now. I'm not saying I hope they, their careers get ended and all of that, but I'm saying don't play with cancel culture out here.
This is what I'm saying. And I'll go off of what the host of this platform said. Let me get his name for y'all real fast. His name is Never Gave Up. Never, is it Never? Yeah, Never Gave Up. It has 2 R's. So. If they're receiving this type of backlash from black women, does he not know? Do they not know that some of the top podcasts in this country are black podcasts? Fucking Joe Budden talked about this. Abba and Preach talked about this. Playback talked about this. It's some other guy. I think it's this Jewish guy. Has a bald head, and he has gained subscribers by talking about these fools. And he's a gamer. He does game videos on YouTube. Look, when you take somebody out of their comfort zone as far as content creating, and you got gamers talking about you, you know you doing something wrong. Within 6 months, I don't know how many subscribers they have, but I'll take their word for it. You get paid off of views and subscriber count. Okay, cool. I think they're close to 1 million. I think. I don't know. I haven't followed them since, I would say, April of last year. Because I found them in March. And get this, within their first 3 months of them being up, they were already in some shit. What lets you know, the only way that they either can survive or die, not saying die as, someone kills them or they come up missing and dead, but I'm saying the only way that their channel will die is from the fuck shit that they do. By getting in confrontations that they can't get themselves out of. Because the reason why they went at Kevin Samuels is because, and this is some G shit, and I would, me myself personally, I would have cussed Kevin Samuels out. Because Kevin Samuels called them and said, quit fucking going on at the time that I go on. It's a conflict of interest. How you gonna get people watching you when I'm trying to get people watching me and we run in the same circles? They allowed Kevin to talk to them like that. You know what I would have said to Kevin? I'd have been like, okay, if this is a competitive sport, keep the fuck up. And hung the phone up on his ass. Nah, they kowtowed and they fucking started talking shit behind his back and all this. But you had this nigga on y'all's podcast. Y'all have his number. What the fuck? Anyway, let's keep going. Hold up.
Okay.
We're not like, we put out content that helps everyone because we put out content on making money, dating, relationships, and fitness. So if they want to, take that content in and use it, that's fine. But if we don't get them, I don't necessarily care either because they're not our target audience. Our target audience is men between 15 to all the way up to 50 that we're helping out with improving with fitness, finances, and females. And with all due respect, we don't care what these people think because they could go ahead and cry. You're going to offend someone anyway, so you might as well offend
that.
You're never going to make everyone happy. We live in a very...
Which is true. I get that from, yes, with this. From what I hear Corey Holcomb say all the time on his 5150 show, he says a quote that he got from rapper Willie D, because Willie D has a podcast with Scarface now, but he also does his videos on his channel, which he said to Corey, you say so much, you're bound to put your foot in your mouth. And I have looked at some of my videos and said to myself, ooh, I won't say that shit again. And I haven't. But I don't think that they get that. Like, okay, you're bound, let me teach them, older motherfuckers to younger motherfuckers. You're bound to put your foot in your mouth, which you have done. Now, this is what people are looking at from you now. They're looking at how you guys are going to get out of this now. That's what everyone's looking at. And you're not doing a good job of it. You're not doing a good job by getting yourself out of the trouble you put yourself in. Just saying.
Society where everyone is soft, cries and complains and wants a participation trophy. And that's not how we do things. If you guys think I'm hard on black women, y'all should see how hard I am on dudes that are fat. I roast them extra hard.
I'm about to do some
I have...
push-up.
Wait a minute. So a fat dude, let's say, okay, I guess he's a fitness trainer, right? He has a fitness channel. So a fat dude comes to you for dietary advice, workout advice, if not want to hire you to be his trainer. So in order for you to train him, you have to roast his ass first? So he can feel even more fucked up about himself? Yeah, that makes sense.
Sympathy for any type of mediocrity. So it is what it is. So if they want to cry, they can cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, man. We make fun of everybody. I make fun of myself. I make fun of Arabs. I make fun of Asians. All that. But it's only when we make fun of black women that they want to get triggered. Oh my God, this is so fucked up. Like, we don't give a fuck what y'all think. We're going to keep making our content.
Yo.
Check, please.
All right. So that was that, right? Let me cue this next video up for y'all. So let me set it up before I play it, because I'm playing this whole thing. So this is what they had to say once well, hold on, I'll set it up even better. So Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz was looking at this this live on Instagram, right? Because him and Farah, they're close for the simple fact that Malik used to be Khalid Muhammad's right-hand man. So how would he not know Farah? So I'm pretty sure that, they still talk. Malik's probably like family to Farah. So this is what happened. Malik came on and said, I want both fresh and fit. And this is what happened.
Band, if you all could come back in, Fresh Prince, CEO. Hit the request button so I can bring you back, Fresh Prince, CEO. I see Fresh Prince CEO in the comments. There we go. Got you. All right, now I can bring everybody up. Come on, IG. Stop hating on them. You. Okay, there you are, brother. All right, Attorney Malik, academics, or you can hit the request button now and come back. Because, I mean, they're burning me up. They want to ask questions. All right, we got Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz coming in right now. My brother, Dr. Attorney Malik Zulu Shabazz, welcome.
Hey, my brother, Black Power. Black Power to you.
Yes, sir. And of course, the book of Khaled is out everywhere books are sold. I did the forward. My father's biography. Thank you so much, brothers, for penning it and championing the book and being a champion on the front lines and being the modern day Khaled Muhammad on the front lines. So I want to thank you for all of your hard work, brother.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you helping me with the book of Khaled, the book on your father, Khaled Abdul Muhammad. Great book out. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, did you have any thoughts?
Now, before they continue, Dr. Malik Zulu Shabazz is, I believe, a civil rights attorney. As well, he is the leader of the new Black Panther Party. So, with that being said, not only is he a lawyer, but he also is in love with Black people, mostly Black women. He's also married. So I can understand Malik's stance when it comes to Black women because he sees it as, well, I have a beautiful Black wife. I have beautiful Black kids, which I'm pretty sure he might have a daughter. I'm not sure, but I'm only speculating. But I'm pretty sure he has nieces and girl cousins. Of course, he has a mother, grandmother, aunts, and stuff like that. So I can understand his stance. When you talk about Black women, I gotta take up for him. I can understand his stance. Now, some people may say, well, that is pretty simpish. In what way? Because you care about women? Not, and this is what they're not getting. He's not taking up for women to try to fuck them. He's taking up for Black women so he can save their self-esteem from the fuck shit that you have said. That's what he's doing. Now let's keep going.
And or questions for the brother here.
I do, Brother Fresh. I really want Myron back. Is Myron coming back? Okay. Well, I'll go ahead without Brother.
Myron, hold on. Myron is here. Myron is here.
Let's get Myron in.
All right, I just sent Myron a request.
Yeah, there's Brother Myron now.
Now, once he gets to talking, I may stop it, but I want you guys to actually hear what he has to say.
So I want to say here that
we got a nighttime show that we got here going in a second.
Okay, so we're gonna get it real quick. I'm so, as a student of Dr. Khaled Muhammad, I'm so sick and tired of athletes, entertainers, and those that make it, turning on Black people and talking down to Black people. It's clear that these two brothers, they just love them some cracker women. They just love them some blonde-haired, blue-eyed, pink-toes, pale-skinned, buttermilk complexion, ironing board backside, Caucasoid mutanoid, subject.
Wait a minute, Malik. Not all these white women out here got flat booties. I don't date them no more. I'm just saying. Not all of them got flat booties anymore. I think You probably won't, but you'll probably say under your breath once I leave your side. If I show you some of these white women that got voluptuous asses, you might just go, "Dang." Y'all probably didn't hear that, but
Itch, white cave bitches, and it's a shame. And Myron, I call brother Myron the Sambo from Sudan. I'm hoping that he hasn't been bit by the white Arab disease that teaches that the white Sudanese is better than the black Sudanese. I heard Fresh say that one of his parents was black, but we don't know about the other one. And so we in the new Black Panther Party, and I, Malik Zulu Shabazz, I want to say I love the black woman. I want to say that the black woman is the queen of the planet Earth. She's the mother of civilization. That the black woman is the goddess of the universe. She ain't just somebody we may just happen to want. She is our, not just...
Now, do you see Myron's demeanor? You see how he's not being respectful and paying attention to what Malik's saying to him? He's being very disrespectful to him, and he's his elder. Now, I don't know how they do it in the Sudan, and I don't know how they do it in Barbados. But I do know, here in America, in a black family, when someone older than you is talking to you, you show them the utmost respect, number one, and number two, you do not talk when they're talking. But look at his demeanor. Now, let me see if I can blow this window up a little bit.
Our preference, she's all that we want. We don't want nothing else but the black woman. And one day we're going to put a stop to this. As Khalid Muhammad said, that one day we will come to that stage and that microphone, and these black movement will snatch you off that goddamn stage for talking and dogging our people, and dogging the black woman out. We love some chocolate black women.
What do you think's happening right now, y'all? Black outlets caught wind of what they said. Then black outlets started going at them. Now, it's not because of the what they said about black women, but this has been happening, like I said, since they started early last year, February to be exact. But they don't get it yet. They just don't get it yet.
Blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And that's all we want to hear out here. And then, as I conclude, to say that everybody has suffered. This brother over here looking like he's a black Olmec, brother Fresh. He looking as black as tar, talking about he may date a black woman. If you didn't have probably some money, no woman on the earth would touch you, including the black woman.
Now, I watched just to form my opinion around what people are saying. Some dudes took offense to what Malik Zulu Shabazz was saying to them about how, they felt like they were calling him, not calling him, but calling both Fresh and Fit derogatory words, and what their stance was. How you go on try to fight ignorance with ignorance? It's like, are you not listening to what he's saying? Y'all, and this is the problem I have with people who don't have knowledge. They only have the base level shit that they learned in school and at home. When you have knowledge, like myself, like Farah, like Malik Zulu Shabazz, like Khalid Muhammad, like Malcolm X, like Farrakhan, like Martin Luther King, like Kwame Nkrumah, like his name slipping me, Dick Gregory, like Sojourner Truth, like Madam C.J. Walker. I don't like bringing his name up much, but like W.E.B. Du Bois, like Marcus Garvey, the fucking list goes on. When you have knowledge that you know can push your people forward, but you have imbeciles like Fresh and Fit and other motherfuckers that's like them talking crazy and disrespecting elders in front of people's faces. But y'all want to be respected in this game that they call YouTube. Guess how some people came up in YouTube? Off of respect. So you gotta show a little to get a little. But they don't get that yet. Okay.
Hell, you ain't had no women. And so, come on, brothers, wake up. If you're going to be an entertainer, be a revolutionary entertainer.
Hold on, Malik. Let me clean up what you saying and add something to it. It's not that they don't get women. It's that they can't get a woman without having to show extra shit in order to get them. They have to bribe their way into pussy. They gotta pay for pussy. They gotta take bitches on yachts in order to get pussy. Pussy is free, my nigga. It's free. And ladies, if y'all are watching, I am sorry for saying this, but y'all know that the shit is true. Pussy is so damn free. It's like having a candy jar at the house and putting your hands in it. And grabbing you a piece of candy out that motherfucking candy dish. That's how free pussy is out here. Why motherfuckers is paying for it? I don't know. For the simple fact that I can see that it takes less effort just by paying a girl to make her leave. But it's a better achievement to talk a woman out her draws consensually without having to pay for it. Because y'all talk about burning desire, right? This is what these fools talk about. When a girl has burning desire for you and all this shit, right? They get real poetic with that shit. When a girl has burning desire and they really want it from you and blah 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 blah. You know what's even better? When that girl has burning desire and you ain't paid for a motherfucking thing. That's when that pussy is like a fucking that's when pussy's like filet mignon. That's when pussy is like a very tender lamb chop. That's when pussy is just like the sweetest fucking fruit you've ever tasted in your life. If y'all ain't never had that type of pussy, like I had that type of pussy, I don't know what the fuck y'all been doing. But all the fellas that has had that type of pussy, where it didn't cost you shit, give me an amen. That pussy be so good, you be in that shit, and you be like, ooh, and the girl's supposed to be making that fucking noise, not you, nigga. Were you in that, you just, this pussy good.
Gonna do something, be like Paul Mooney, man. But stop being a Sambo and a Tom and a bootlicking tool for the Klan and white racism and white supremacy. And that's what I'm like. When are you gonna stop, brother? Because if you don't stop, the new Black Panther Party is gonna have to stop you. Black power.
He said what he said. He said what he said.
All right. Fresh. Let me bring you back, Fresh. You look like we lost you. Myron, your thoughts?
Yeah, hold on. Oh,
Yo, how old are you, bro?
This
You like 70? Hey, look, my dog's white.
This non-talking ass nigga. Look. He immediately comes on and starts disrespecting. He called Malik Zulu Shabazz 70. Malik Zulu Shabazz is no older than I think like maybe 52 years old.
Ain't nothing white that you don't like. Show me something black you like, including your black self. Where's Fresh? Hit the canvas? Have you hit the canvas over there, brother?
Fresh, come back. Fresh, come back. We just lost you. I saw your...
He left to go and get his white dog that his white bitch bought him.
Quest, come back, Fresh.
Yeah, I see he's checking out of here.
Fresh, come back. I'm looking at the request. There we go, Fresh. Bring you back.
I'll let Fresh test it first, and I guess I can go after.
He had to take his stuttering medicine because he didn't want to stutter and shit through what he was gonna say, because you can see he only can say 3 words at a time when he doesn't have his medicine. But it gets worse because you about to see what this clown's about to do right here, and I do literally mean clown. You put on the exact mask that represents who you are.
Hey, man, like I was saying, how old are you? 70 years old, nigga? Anyhow,
no, bro.
I got a white ass dog right here. You're saying I don't date black women, right? Bro, I'm from Barbados, bro. My whole life, basically, I was dating black chicks. So your assumption based off of like, oh, these guys are celebrities and they don't like, they're Caucasoids, whatever. Bro.
It's no assumption. It's what you said. Like, what are we assuming here? What are we assuming here? You said it. What the fuck is happening right now?
At the same time, I respect your opinion. But you don't know us. So for you to say that, I just find it hysterical because you're assuming based off of a clip. Now, I don't know what you date. I don't care what you date. None of my business. So, what you gonna say, bro? Because you're talking a lot of shit right now, bro. A lot of shit.
Bro.
A lot of shit he can back up. A lot of shit that you can't back up. Because as we know, y'all back up from fights. Let's keep going.
Doing this as I'm being on point, bro. I hear clearly what you're saying. You don't like black women, they're not your preference, and you equate black women with hood. Everything black to you is hood. Because maybe you've been rejected all your life because you're so black and you got that big broad nose and you look like an original African black statue. And then you want to get away from all the insults you suffered all your life because you're so...
Look, from what I know about Caribbean people are a very proud people. And they don't take no shit. But how y'all... Well, he's from Africa, Sudan. He's from Barbados, the islands, the Caribbean. So y'all didn't see nothing in y'all's respected countries to the women, which, if you guys don't know, till this day, they call black people slaves in the Sudan. And that's not a fact I'm making up right now. Barbados, this is the problem I have with this guy. He has a speech impediment. So do I. He stutters, I do as well. Only thing is, he has yet to learn how to control his stuttering. It only took me like 3 months. Because I was supposed to be taught that at school. See, it was a thing that I had in school called a speech pathologist. The speech pathologist never did shit to help me help myself to learn how to talk clearly, precise, incorrectly. So I had to learn it on my own. Now, I might stutter here and there, but it's not to the point that how this nigga be talking. This nigga be the deep. And I'm not even bullshitting. He be the deep on the mic.
Whatever they was calling you, now you want to get away from black, brother. But it's your job now to embrace yourself. You got to love yourself for the first time in your life. And you show that by loving your black woman. You don't show that by being a tom and a stool pigeon, because them white women gonna leave you. As soon as your yacht run aground, they leaving you because they don't want you for you. They want you for whatever you can do, brother. And you got to be an example, black man. I mean, we saying you're an example, black man. Crack jokes, but crack on this cracker. That's what we want to see you crack on. Okay,
so you're making derogatory white people, and that's okay. Like, straight up, you say something like we're gonna make jokes on everyone. And, oh, you're putting down the black woman. Real talk, with all due respect, this is how you look right now.
The correct mask for a clown is a clown mask. The person who wears the mask usually is what they present. As you can see, clown wears his real face.
Fucking clown world, bro. This is how you look, bro.
Got you by the toe, and I ain't gonna let you go, Myron.
How you look like?
Come on, Myron. Come on, Myron. You got it wrong, brother. We see it all the time. Brother Myron, we see every athlete, every entertainer, soon as they get a few pennies, they running after white folks. Soon as you get a few pennies.
Penny for penny wise over there.
Yeah, and we see it at Academy Award.
Pennywise and Chuckles, this nigga right here.
You see it on the football field. And somebody has to stand up here on this show tonight and say that we love the original woman, the black woman. We love that Sudanese woman, that African woman. That's who we love. That's who we embrace. That's who we want. We don't want nothing else. Somebody has to be strong in this hour. Yeah, you got the right mask on, goddammit. You got the right mask on.
I'm just this like white dog too, bro.
Oh, a white man, a white dog with these.
Power, my nigga. Like what? Cause you right now. Oh, really?
I'm trying to tell you, man.
Black coffee, no sugar, no cream.
Man, look, I'm trying to tell you, y'all be on the lookout. I'm telling this audience.
Sound foolish.
Black Power movement and the new Black Panther Party is going to put a stop to this kind of activity.
You're a clown.
I'm guaranteeing you.
He's like, nah, like you're a clown, bro. We got to show that we got to do. Like, you're a fucking joke, bro.
Have you ever heard of Paul Mooney?
Your new name is Pennywise, okay? Your name is Pennywise, bro.
All right, bro. I got you, man.
Man,
I got you checkmated right here, black man. But
listen, man. Peace on to you. Peace to the saints.
I'm gonna leave it back to Rod Greg.
All right,
thank
you, brothers, for joining.
You are two jet black, crispy black, wide nose, super black to be talking like this. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I got to go.
All right, thank you both. All right, Brother Fresh.
All right. Well, you can see that these clowns didn't have much to say because, you can't really bargain with a clown. So, anyway, everybody, I hope you guys enjoyed the show because I enjoyed myself. For the simple fact that I got to come to y'all and talk to y'all about some good shit. This was some good ass content right now. Now, this is what I have to say to both Fresh. Well, I'll get to them in a minute. So everybody, what did you guys learn today? You learned that we've lost some icons. The end of last year and the beginning of this year so far. Secondly, we have learned that you have to file your taxes now if you're a drug dealer. I know it's not something that y'all want to do, but fuck it, you gotta do it. And fellas, if you are messing with a girl and you so happen to take them to the hotel room or motel room and you go and put your chocolate in her peanut box, make sure you got some hot sauce too. And we learned that two clowns never really make a circus. They just make a circus out of themselves. All right, y'all. Everybody, if you guys can, let me get my theme music going. And if y'all can, with the sound of my voice, yeah. Don't forget, Marcus Speaks Live every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't be late, because I usually am. So, if you can, don't forget, hit the like button, hit the share button, and do all that other good stuff. As well, on Fridays, I do a game stream, Marcus Speaks Play. I've been playing Halo Infinite for the past 7 weeks now. And I also have a playlist with everything that I've done. It's the Halo Infinite playlist. I also have some live stream. I have a live stream multiplayer match in there, as well as a pre-recorded one that I've done. So go over there, check. So go to my channel, either channel, check those playlists out, as well as all my other content that I got in on my channel. All right. The way you can find me is on my main channel at Marcus Speaks. That's where I do this beautiful podcast right here that I've been doing for almost 3 years now, as well as my secondary channel that I just made last year for my exclusive gameplay that I do. As well, I do that awesome gameplay on my Twitch channel, which I'm doing my podcast over there now, which I think I might start doing that over there, is do my podcast over at Twitch too, just to be, versatile. So check those links out if you can, and subscribe to me as well. I'm using Restream.com to stream to these places. So if you can, check me out on either YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you have any sort of game recommendation, show recommendation, story idea, or story recommendation, hit me up either in the live chat, and if you're watching the replay, hit me up in the comment section, or you can hit me up in my DMs on social media. And the way you can find me is on Instagram at marcus.speaks.podcast. On Facebook, my personal page is Marcus Speaks. I also have a group page over there called Marcus Speaks Podcast. The way you can find me is either type in your address bar, www.facebook.com/Marcus Speaks PC, or go to the Facebook search bar and type in Marcus Speaks Podcast. You should be able to find me. I'm also on Twitter at Marcus Speaks 25. My Twitter handle is, I think that is my Twitter handle, but my profile name is Marcus Speaks Podcast. So please check those links out. Let me know, if you fuck with me or not. Subscribe to me. Follow me. Do what you gotta do. boost this podcast. All right. So check those links out there, and they're in the description box as well. Like this video, share this video, share my channels to your social media as well as my videos. And if you're new here, please subscribe, hit that bell icon so also you can immediately get all of my notifications, alright, when I go live. And don't be shy, please leave me a comment, let me know what you think of the podcast, what you think of the game stream. Let me know if I can do something different as far as making even the quality better or something like that. But I feel like I got good quality. So, that's it. So, people, I thank you for being here, and I thank y'all for watching. And if you can, have yourself a nice day, and I'll check y'all out next week. Peace out.